plenty of support for both nations inside Lumen Field. You are listening to World Cup Game Day Live on TalkSport 2, brought to you by Burger King Burger Buddies. Total tournament satisfaction delivered by the experts. Order now on the BK app. We'll have a chat about England at half-time. Alvin Martin and myself. Alvin knows all too well the stadium that England are headed to next, because they played in the Azteca in Mexico '86 when Alvin was part of Bobby Robson's squad and ended up going out to that race with Diego Maradona. But more on that later. Whoever wins this has far less upheaval than England do. They'll stay in the city of Seattle in the Pacific Northwest, maybe to take on the co-hosts, the United States. Two of the co-hosts are through. Might be a bit of pressure actually later on, USA Alvin, to make it 3 out of 3 for the co-hosts against Bosnia.
Well, I think you've been under pressure since the first game. And one thing I've learned about the USA is that they don't get affected by pressure. They seem to thrive on it, which you've got to do. You've got to be able to take that on board. Any team that's going to do well, get to the quarter, semis or the final, you've got to live with pressure.
Interesting Belgium shirt. It's like if Spider-Man had left his costume in a whitewash and it had stained the shirts. Is that a decent description, Alvin?
Pretty accurate, yeah.
It's kind of white with light blue and light red blotches on it. Very fetching. Our referee tonight, incidentally, is from Honduras, Said Martinez, who became the first Honduran to ever ref at a World Cup earlier in the group stages. He was in charge of England 0, Ghana 0 a couple of games ago. And just a reminder of the teams. For Belgium, Courtois in goal, a back four of Castagna, Mekele, Théâtre and De Kuyper. Tielemans and Van Aken holding in midfield, and then Doku, De Bruyne and Trossard in behind De Ketelaere in attack. For Senegal, Diao in goal, Diatta, Cease, Niakate and Jacobs in the back four. 3 in midfield, Diarra and the 2 gays, Idrissa and Papa. And then Njai, Sarr and Mane up front for the African nation. It's a wonderful stadium, this Seattle Stadium. You've got very open ends with almost triangular shaped stands behind each goal that supporters sit at. Very open to the elements, and Seattle gets that reputation, much like Manchester in the UK, that it always rains. Not today. Perfectly pleasant conditions for football, temperatures in the 20s. And I'm not backing down on what I'm saying about those Belgian shirts. That's definitely blue and red pants left in wash.
Yeah, something's run there in the wash. But look, both these teams possess really good firepower, don't they? So I'd like to think we're going to see goals. Who knows? It's a big occasion. Maybe they won't want to take too many risks either side. I expect Belgium to probably have more of a lion's share of the possession dance. But as we know, it's all about what you do with that possession that counts, isn't it? But certainly Trossard is somebody to keep an eye on. I think he's come into this tournament, looked really sharp in the last game. 31 years old now. And as with a lot of these Belgian players, this is last chance saloon.
Lovely warm embrace on the touchline between the two managers, Rudy Garcia of Belgium and Papa Thiaw of Senegal. 17 years between the two of them. Garcia appointed in January of last year after a dreadful run from Dominic Tedesco, his predecessor, who won just 2 of 10. So he did get Belgium to the finals. His last club job was just over a year in charge of Napoli. That didn't end well. Thiaw was assistant to Aliou Cissé and took the big job after Cissé was sacked a couple of years ago. The countdown clock reaches 0 in Seattle, and Belgium in their change strip of those white shirts with red and blue blotches get us underway. Seattle all in green with gold numbers attacking the end to our left as we look, and Belgium immediately looks to try and find space down the right hand side, but it's gone out of play and it will be Maury Diao, the keeper, who's looking after things between the nets because the vastly experienced Edouard Mendy, once of Chelsea, has a knee injury and is not featuring. It's just his 8th cap, Diao, today, playing in this round of 32 fixture. The ball's back in his arms. He's bedecked in all light orange, and he gives the ball to Pathé Ciss, making his first competitive start for Senegal in nearly 3 years. He's quite the utility player. He plays defensive midfielder, but he's a centre-back today in the back four, and he has possession, strides up to halfway, and then feeds it out to the right-hand side. Iliman Ndiaye, I think that is, that's been forced back into his own half and gives the ball all the way back to his keeper. So the game just settling down here, Alvin. Minute gone, 0-0.
Well, it's like most teams do. They're just keeping the ball, having a feel of it at the back. Belgium not really worried about pressing too high up the pitch.
Now Sadio Mane tries to dart down the left-hand side. He'll get to the loose ball right next to the corner flag. First time cross into the near post, and it's dealt with by the fullback Castagna and Mekele, who get it clear between them. But Senegal have won it back inside the Belgian half. It flicked down the left-hand side from Ismail Jacobs, but again Belgium retrieve possession, and it's back with Thibaut Courtois, extending his record of World Cup appearances to 19 this evening. As he plays it out left to De Kuyper, the left back. Early ball down the left-hand side. Tiate finding De Kuyper rather, and now it's with Mekele, just by the centre circle. Tiate picks it up from him. Early ball for De Kuyper down the left-hand side. Plenty forward for Belgium, including Doku at the left-hand corner of the penalty area. Somehow tried to squeeze the ball across the face of goal, but there were enough green shirts back to get it clear. And here's Sadio Mane inside his own half. Clicks the ball neatly into midfield, and it's tucked out by Habib Diarra to the right-hand side, and Iliman Ndiaye of Everton having a run at De Kuyper down the right-hand side, holds his run up and lays it back to Diatta, the full-back. Papagay gives it back to Diatta. And Ndiaye, who's made himself very much a fan's favourite, Alvin, at Everton, having done so well at Sheffield United, making his first World Cup start today for Senegal. Yeah,
well, look, as we said, we've got both sides full of potential match winners. Doku just got the ball inside the box there. One thing about him, he just drives at you, doesn't he? He probably chose the wrong situation, and he had 3 defenders around him, but still wanted to take them on. I think when you've got 3 people marking you, know there's going to be somebody else spare, so it's always the better bet, I think, to pass in that sort of situation. But look, I think what we're seeing is 2 sides that respect each other, and probably respect the fact that they're both capable of scoring goals from anywhere.
Ciss in the centre circle, the centre half for Senegal. There's a tongue twister. Just realised that. 3.5 minutes gone. 0-0 on TalkSport 2. Don't ask me to say that again, Alvin. Seriously. Niakate with the diagonal ball, left to right for Senegal, trying to seek out Ndiaye. Diatta making a strong run the right back, level with the 18-yard line, gives it back to Ndiaye. He just turns it back in field to Idrissa Gueye, whose namesake Papagay is about 2 foot taller than his namesake. Ndiaye again down the right-hand side, cutting in field to the right-hand corner of the area, skips a couple of challenges, trying to feed it into the box, but there are enough players back for Belgium to get it clear. But Senegal are trying to hem Belgium in here, 0-0.
Well, it's a good start from Senegal. They're keeping the ball well. They are looking a bit probing and passing, and you can see technically they've got some really good technicians out there.
0-0 on TalkSport 2. Doing the post-mortem on England 2, DR Congo 1. It looked for a long time that it was more like England playing like Dr. Tottenham against Dr. Congo, but Harry came to the rescue and all that. USA against Bosnia Herzegovina to come in the wee small hours of tomorrow morning. That'll be live on TalkSport. Here on TalkSport 2 we played 5 minutes. Belgium 0, Senegal 0 for the right to play that winner of that game overnight, USA Bosnia. Castagna of Fulham tries to feed the ball in field. It actually deflects out to De Ketelaere on the right hand side. Trossard drives it across the face of goal, and a Senegalese boot put it out of play for a Belgian throw. 0-0.
Again, it's Trossard at the heart of everything that's pretty good about him at the moment. He's really on form. I just feel like he's a player that, comes into this tournament on a real high.
Castagna with a throw, about 10 yards from the dead ball line on the Belgian right. Taking a good 3 or 4 steps back. Should be a long throw into the penalty area, and it is. Looking for the help to the far post from De Ketelaere. It did help it along to the far post, but instead Pathé Ciss got there first, and the ball's going to be guided back. Ismail Assar gamely giving chase, but De Kuyper was comfortably ahead of his man and guided it back to Courtois. Here is Arthur Théâtre with his big head of hair, Cucurella-esque. Plays for Eintracht Frankfurt in the Bundesliga, but his long ball downfield just bounces twice and straight through for Diao, this relatively inexperienced keeper who plays for Le Havre in France. Foul on halfway, and Tielemans gets his foot in and is penalised by the referee.
He's still got great technique, hasn't he, Mane? He's playing on the left hand side for them, but he's willing to go inside and play right up in the tight areas, get the ball. His touch is always absolutely spot on, isn't it? But very, very intelligent the way he moves.
He doesn't look 34, does he?
No, he looks, he's still mobile. He's still sharp over the 10 yards. He might not be doing the 40 yarders anymore, but certainly over 10 yards, still sharp.
He missed Qatar. He was injured literally days before the tournament 4 years ago. He still went, but didn't feature for Senegal. Won the lot at Liverpool, and the record goal scorer for Senegal with 54. Can he add to it today? 0-0, 7.5 gone on TalkSport 2. Given away by Diatta, but Belgium sloppy in getting it clear, and Senegal win it back. Sarr trying to turn it around the corner from the middle of the half for Mane, who pushed in field from the left-hand side. But an important foot-in from Belgium. But again, they give the ball left, Alvin, before it gets to halfway.
A very good spell. The first 7 or 8 minutes definitely been Senegal on top.
Papagay, really tall, rangy midfielder for Senegal, works it out to Ismail Jacobs, the left-back. Papagay lays it back to the halfway line to find Niakate, and then Ciss. Ball given away on halfway though, and a chance for Belgium to break through the middle. It's with Trossard, finds De Ketelaere. Now De Ketelaere, right hand corner of the area, makes room for a left-footed shot just before he pulled the trigger. Sadio Mane back in to stop him pulling the trigger. Shot comes in from the edge of the area from Trossard. Well held by Diao. First time we've seen Belgium coming forward in an attacking sense. 0-0. Yeah,
they give the ball away needlessly, and it was De Ketelaere who really should have done better. He made half a yard dance, and why he didn't get the shot away I don't know. He had another movement to the ball, and that allowed them to get in front of him and block it.
England centre-half Alvin Martin alongside me, Ian Danta, here on TalkSport 2 this Tuesday evening. Wednesday evening. Oh, my brain's gone to mush. Saw these overnight kickoffs, Al. That's what it is. It's like that period between Christmas and New Year where you don't know what day it is.
As long as you know what the players are.
Thankfully at the moment I do. And that was Pathé Ciss trying to feed the ball out to Crépin Diatta on the right hand side, but it went over the touchline before he could reach it. Ball's back with Courtois, bowls it out to Mekele. Diagonal ball seeking out Doku. What a ball that is. Fully 60 yards to feet. Doku can have a run at Diatta. A couple of step overs from the Manchester City man. De Bruyne was there as an overlap, and he gets it now, but not by Doku. Now Doku tries to go again towards the corner flag left hand side. Being held up, gives it back to Kevin De Bruyne. 3 waiting for a cross in the box. It's sent in just over the head of Trossard, and Senegal get it clear. And before Papagay can release the ball, referee brings play back for an earlier Belgian foul. 10 minutes gone on TalkSport 2, it's 0-0.
Well, Trossard's playing on the right hand side, and Doku on that left hand side, and as soon as he gets to Doku, they double up on him straight away. And Jai is up front, or he's on the right hand side of the front doesn't mind putting a shift in, does he, defensively? You know, he doesn't mind getting back on the edge of his box and helping his teammates out. They are a really good team in respect of that. You know, the organisation and the team framework is excellent.
Belgium have lost only one of 6 matches at a World Cup against African sides, but their most recent was their defeat against Morocco in the group stage. They've never met an African team in a knockout match though like this. And here's Iliman Ndiaye for Senegal to the dead ball line, whips a good ball in and it's kept away by Mekele. Both he and Castagna stooped to head it clear, but Mekele got there first and it's flicked out of play for a Senegal throw left hand side, 0-0.
So impressive though, Dan. You know, the approach play there, you know, the intricate and the technical side of the game, the movements, really, really good.
Jacobs, the left back, with a long throw for Senegal into the box. Courtois gives a call, but Mekele still heads it out and helped further clear by Castagna. Lovely skill from Trossard to bring the ball out of the sky, but Belgium still have to work it back to Courtois. You can probably hear his left foot go right through the ball as he clunks it downfield straight onto the head of Niakate. Benaken wins a header. He's a tall, rangy midfielder, much like Papagay on the opposing side. I think they'll mark each other at corners. Given away by Tielemans. There's a collector's item. Don't see that very often from the Aston Villa man. And Senegal have possession back. Here is Ismail Jacobs, the left back, who plays his club football for Galatasaray. Was a German under-21 international, but switched his allegiance to Senegal just before the Qatar World Cup 4 years ago.
We said before the game that we didn't think there was going to be too much in this stance, and the first 12 minutes have shown us that. They've had the best of it, I think, Senegal. Better passing, just on the money a little bit more.
Here's Sadio Mane, midway point of the half. Lovely ball out to the left for Jacobs. Across the face of goal, touched onto the post by Sarr after Courtois made a mess of it. And as he was lying on the deck, he couldn't convert as the ball came back off the post. Ismail Sarr could only trickle the loose ball into the side netting. Great chance for Senegal, not taken, 0-0.
Well, Courtois, how lucky are you, my friends? Because really, he should be doing so much better with that. He palms it down into the 6-yard box with his left hand, and you think it's a tap-in for Sarr. He gets it on the half volley, it's rolling agonisingly towards the line, hits the post, and he just swings a leg and then knocks it wide. What a let-off for Belgium.
Stays 0-0 on TalkSport 2. There was a deflection on the cross that might have deceived Courtois. He was at full stretch, but he really flapped at it. And in fairness to Ismail Sarr, he did well to get any contact on the ball to divert it onto the post in the first instance.
I'll tell you what, 113th cap he's got today. He hasn't been as lucky as that in any of them 113 games.
Lovely touch again from Sadio Mane, left-hand side. Comes in field. Leaves it for Ndiaye, who's popped in field. Out to Papagay, left wing. Tries an early cross. Blocked by Castagna. Senegal continuing to ask the questions early on. Idrissa Gueye looks for Papagay. First time cross for the left, poor effort. Hits Castagna, but Papagay will try and get to the loose ball and completely got the better of Ketelara, who had half a yard on him, and he's won a throw for Senegal.
Well, they're on the ropes, aren't they? You have to use a boxing phrase, they're on the ropes here, Belgium, hanging on.
14 minutes gone in Seattle. Here is Cease out to the right hand side, and Diatta under pressure from Doku. He goes to ground and Doku can pick up the loose ball. De Bruyne goes ahead of him, though Doku has to spin and halt his run towards halfway. Back it goes to the centre halves. Benaken knocks it back to Brandon Mekele, and Tielemans takes the ball off the back four and tucks it into his defensive midfield partner Hans Benaken.
Well, there's a stat that surprises me. 61% possession in favour of Senegal. We expected that to be the other way round. That shows you how well they played.
15 minutes gone on TalkSport 2. It is goalless between Belgium and Senegal in Seattle. Tielemans in possession on halfway.
You see, dance, you know, you can see they're just a little bit tentative here now, aren't they, Belgium?
And they know they're away again. And now it's Sarr trying to charge through the middle ahead of Mekele. Across comes Tiate, the other centre-half, and he's forced to put it out of play for a throw. After Belgium gave the ball away with a ball up just past the halfway line, 0-0.
Yeah, they are certainly a team that have looked. It's like they've had a bloody nose, isn't it, in the first 15 minutes, and they're just sitting back thinking, what's our plan B here? Because at the moment they're not winning enough possession.
It's not that wildly different to the first half that England had against DR Congo, although of course by this point the Congolese were already ahead. Another diagonal ball for Senegal, looking for Mane. This time Castagna with a good defensive header knocks it down for Tielemans. Trossard looks for De Ketelaere, trying to burst through a couple of challenges. Does well to get up to halfway, and then knocks it back for Tielemans, who was quickly set upon by Ismaila Sarr. He got a call just in time to release it. Now a ball down the middle of the pitch, looking for the run of Van Aken, but Senegal deal with that. And it's thumped away downfield gleefully by Niakate. Now Iliman Ndiaye up against Tiate, drifts down the right-hand side. Van Aken tries to get back at him. Ndiaye holds on to the ball, running towards the penalty area. Infield for Papagay, just slows it down, tucks it right. And now Mane's popped up on the right-hand side. Cross comes in from the right. Iliman Ndiaye trying to get up for a header. It's just a game with a drive straight at Courtois, who did better with that one, holds on to it gratefully, as Idrissa Gueye, not known for his goal scoring necessarily, but that was a good drive on the edge of the area, well held by Courtois, 0-0.
It's made a good job of that. That's a really hard ball, Rick, coming out the sky on the half volley.
Here comes De Bruyne at the other end, skies an effort from 30 yards out. You don't expect that from Kevin De Bruyne, and he's dismayed with himself as he put that way over the crossbar. Not under too much pressure either as he released the drive. 17 minutes gone. Belgium 0, Senegal 0 on TalkSport 2.
Well, it's a good watch, that is for sure. One of the better games in the knockout phases that we've seen. Both teams are going for it, end-to-end stuff.
I think as Jim Proudfoot said in commentary earlier, if we were watching England against DR Congo as neutrals, we'd be enjoying it. But let's face it, we didn't. Here is Diatta, good ball, up to Iliman Ndiaye, just dropped his shoulder to stop
Good player.
Kuiper getting anywhere near it. He is a good player, and this is why the Everton fans have took to him.
Yeah, he's 100% when he's got it. He's a really wide threat. When he hasn't got it, he works and works and works. He's full of energy and honesty.
When you think about it, it's 6 years since he made his professional debut in England for Hyde United. Iliman Ndiaye, peripheral in the Qatar squad. Now he's making his first start tonight. Here's Diatta, the right back, pushing forward Senegal, and wins the first corner of the game off Maxime de Kuiper, as Senegal continue to ask questions in this first quarter of the game. 18 and a half gone, 0-0.
What I like about Senegal is that they've got both flanks that they're open on. Mane's playing on this left-hand side, and when he gets it, obviously he's intelligent, he makes the right decisions. But down that right-hand side, Yasser has really got into advanced positions for Senegal.
Here's the corner, deep to the far post. Cease heads it down to the edge of the area, but he only finds Doku, who's trying to launch a counter-attack. De Bruyne up with him to his left, and that's who's been fed now. Kevin De Bruyne, everything to his right at the moment as he comes infield. Tries to drive it across for De Kuiper. Niakate with an important interception for Senegal, and here come the Lions of Teranga down the left-hand side, but the referee has waved play back. I think there's an injury to a player out there, and Sadio Mane is dismayed that he wasn't allowed to launch a counter-attack there for Senegal. But what an interception from Niakate as De Bruyne tried to thread a ball through the eye of a needle for De Kuiper.
Yeah, if he doesn't make that, then they're through one-on-one. It's a great intervention, but but as soon as you turn over the ball, whether you're Senegal or you're Belgium, the other team, whoever it is, who've got that ball in possession, they are really going for it. So they all seem like a touch of end-to-end.
Feels that way. Alvin Martin and Ian Danter with you on TalkSport 2. 20 minutes gone in Seattle. Belgium 0, Senegal 0. Here is Brandon Mekele for Belgium. The centre-half plays into the feet of Van Aken of Brugge. Now a long ball downfield looking for Castagna. Hooks it back from the dead ball line just over the head of Trossard. And again, Senegal can get it clear. And was that a foul by Tielemans? He was trying to get away. Down that right-hand side was Habib Diarra. Free kick's been given, but no card issued to Yuri Tielemans.
It's a block. He's obviously tried to block him. I've been in that position a few times. He's tried to block the run. He doesn't know what's behind him, Tielemans.
It's quite cute, isn't it?
Yeah, look, if you think that's a foul, and I think it is, then you've got to book him for that.
No yellow card issued for the Aston Villa midfielder. 0-0. We are approaching the first dreaded hydration break. And I wonder whether, based on what we've seen so far at this World Cup, Alvin, whether Rudy Garcia will be quite happy to see that hydration break coming up.
Absolutely. Again, you know, that's the problem with it. It's great for the team that maybe is second best at that moment, because it allows the coach to get his team together, give him a talking to. But if you're the one in the ascendancy, it just stunts your momentum, and it's really frustrating.
But we're not quite there yet. Ball's at the back with Senegal. Habib Diarra. Cross it goes to Cease. Early ball down the right-hand side. Lovely control on that right-hand side. Feeds it infield to Papagay. Idrissa Gueye now has it centre of the Belgium half. Misses out Diarra and finds Jacobs. Now Sadio Mane level with the 18-yard line. Faced up by Castagna, tries to go on the outside of him, then tries to go inside him, but Castagna did really well, stayed on his feet, one possession, prevented the corner and got it downfield, but it's been won back by the Senegalese. Touched in field by Niakate. Now Papagay. And Jai's coming field now to the centre of the half. Very neat passing from Senegal. They switch it quickly, Alvin.
Very good technically, aren't they? Very good. Look at that. That's great.
Yeah, drop of the shoulder from Pathé Ciss. Plays it out to the right back, Diatta. Level with the penalty area, right-hand corner of it. Knocks it back to Papagay. Little drive to the far post. Goes beyond everybody. Sadio Mane does brilliantly to keep it in play. Tries to put it back across the face of goal. Hits it against Castagna. To throw to Senegal. And they should be allowed to take it. They are. Jacobs hurls it back towards the centre of the half for the midfielder. Well, it's Niakate actually who's got it. The centre half who's come forward. Has it again, Niakate. Touches it into Iliman Ndiaye. Tries to drop his shoulder and get away from Van Aken.
They're getting a run around here at the moment. Belgium are getting a run around.
And what you just saw there from the centre half, Pathé Ciss. 2 drops to the shoulder to send Belgium midfielders out for a hot dog. Ball's played back to halfway. They're enjoying themselves, Senegal. There's absolutely no doubt about it. But it is still goalless on TalkSport 2. Here's Pathé Ciss again. Centre half on halfway. Lovely ball turn round the corner by Habib Diarra. Now coming in field is Diatta. At the right-hand corner of the area, Diarra again finds Idrissa Gueye. Ndiaye now out to Sadio Mane, left-hand side, puts in a right-footed ball, flick header off the post and in. Senegal lead. It's Habib Diarra, and boy oh boy, and the Lions of Teranga deserve that. The Sunderland midfielder gives Senegal the lead. Lovely ball in from Sadio Mane, the glancing header off the post, but Johnny on the spot was Habib Diarra, and a deserved lead midway through the first half for the African side. Belgium 0, Senegal 1.
Well, it's a fully deserved lead, no doubt about that. It's been coming. Pressure, 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 and eventually it told. The ball came in from Mane. What a great header it was from Sarr. As you said, right on the spot, wasn't he? Diarra, right place, right time, and it's a tap-in for him.
That's his 7th. Let me get this right. It is his 6th international goal. Habib Diarra didn't play as much as he would have liked But Sunderland, in the season just gone by, after his £30 million move from Strasbourg, had a groin injury early on, and of course he went to AFCON with Senegal in January. But boy, oh boy, what a moment in Seattle. And as the hydration break kicks in, Alvin Martin, you can't say, well, it hasn't kicked in yet. 25 minutes gone, and we're allowed to restart. Ball's out of play for a throw. And to say it's been coving would be a bit of an understatement, Alvin.
Yeah, I think Rudy Garcia really just wanted to get him in before that goal, because they were on the ropes. It was coming.
Castagna with a long throw into the Senegal box, but it's headed away by Jacobs. Tielemans guides it back out to Castagna on the right hand side, tries to whip across him, and comfortable catch for Mohamed Diaw, the Senegalese keeper, who calmly bowls it out underarm to Diatta. Just again, space, can receive it inside his own half. Finds his namesake Papagay.
Again, they're playing with so much composure and intelligence, Senegal. Organised team, technically proficient, know what to do, when to do it. The movement, is class, but like, I think what it is as well, it's the work rate and the tenacity with which they played. I think that's totally roller coasted over Belgium, and Belgium just haven't got into their stride.
And they've never lost a game at the World Cup in which they've scored first. Senegal, 5 wins and 2 draws in such games. Only now does the hydration break take place. We've got 26 minutes and 56 seconds on the stadium clock. The traditional boos ring round, but boy oh boy, what an important team talk this is. And 3 minutes for Rudy Garcia, the Belgian coach, to try and get his Belgian players to get a grip here, Alvin Martin. How can they get a grip?
They are being outplayed in every section of the pitch, I've got to say. At the back they've looked really strong. Senegal haven't had any real trouble. They've passed the ball through the areas of the pitch to the front line. It's all with thought. They get it wide. They've got both flanks that are open. They've crossed untold balls into the Belgian penalty area, and they've got, like I said, real good technicians around the final third. I mean, it's hard to pick one man that's caught the eye, and Jai has been great. Sar's played up the middle. Diarra and Jatta on the right hand side have permanently just given the Belgians so many problems down their left hand side, and obviously the experience of Mane on this left hand side. It's a really well balanced Senegal performance.
Lies, damn lies and statistics and all that, Arvin, but get a load of this. In terms of passes in the opposition half before this hydration break, Belgium have managed 44 passes in the opposition half, Senegal 111. Almost 3 times as many.
Yeah. Look, I think, for the majority of that, you can never have total control, 100% control, but they must have had 75% control of the game. But a lot of their possession has been on the edge of the penalty area, really deep. And again, I think it's just taken Belgium by surprise. I think they were expecting a lot more possession than they've had.
Well, the possession stats there have been 65 to 35. So 2/3 of the ball, essentially.
We're talking about Tielemans and De Bruyne in the middle of the park. Trossard, Doku on either side. You were expecting players like that to dominate the ball. They've been nowhere at it, but I think at this moment in time, there looks to be so many doubts about the approach. I can see De Bruyne talking to Garcia, a lot of waving of arms. They're frustrated conversations there.
Sure are, aren't they? Senegal heading back out onto the playing surface as well. Lovely moment for Habib Diarra. One of 11 Sunderland players playing at this World Cup.
I just wonder, Dan, this break really has come at a bad time for Senegal. Can they pick up where they've left off? Obviously Garcia's got his team together now. I think there's a sprinkler just been
just got it.
Of course, all of them, but they've really got to get to grips with the game. Gain composure, start to dominate possession, and be careful with the ball. They keep gifting it away. I mean, I know they're being put under pressure, but their ball retention has been dreadful.
That's Alvin Martin. You can hear former England World Cup centre-half alongside me Ian Danter. We're back underway, half an hour gone. Belgium 0, Senegal 1. Habib Diarra with the goal after Ismail Assar had guided a header from across onto the foot of the post, but Diarra tucked away the rebound, and that not that long after Sarr had hit the post when Courtois made an absolute haulix of a left-wing cross that he almost presented straight to Sarr's feet. There's an interloper on the pitch. That's why you can hear the referee's whistle, so that the interloper is apprehended. Rudy Garcia goes and grabs a towel, the Belgian manager, after getting a soaking from the sprinklers whilst he was trying to give out his instructions to his centre midfielders, Van Aken and De Bruyne. All players hands on hips waiting for the interloper to be grabbed, and we will shortly get back underway on TalkSport 2. A reminder that we will bring you the USA against Bosnia-Herzegovina early in the morning. That's over on TalkSport as well, this game on TalkSport 2. But it will be a 1 o'clock kickoff on TalkSport for the USA against Bosnia. Mark Wilson and Darren Ambrose will be your commentary team for that. And then tomorrow night, Spain against Austria, with Nigel Adderley and former Chelsea defender Scott Minto, your commentary team. Back underway. Pitch invader's been apprehended. And Belgium trying to get the ball forward to Doku, who steps away from the challenge of Niakate. Doku went to ground wanting a free kick, didn't get a free kick, and the referee from Honduras is giving him the Paddington hard stare, as if to say, don't try that again. Although, I don't know, was that a dive or was that just trying to get out of the way of a...
I think that was a foul. Doku's actually started to come inside now. He started off on that left-hand side. He's coming inside, playing more central, hoping to get a bit more space. But I thought that was a foul. You don't have to make contact for it to be a foul. Yeah, if he'd have left his leg there, he would have made contact with his leg. So, but as he's lifted his leg, he's lost his balance. After the ball had gone, he knocked it past the defender.
Senegal back in possession. They're 1-0 up the African side. Jacobs knocks it back to Niakate, who was involved in that challenge with Doku. Ball up to halfway. Here's Papagay. It's an early ball down the left-hand side. Sadio Mane chasing after it, but even Sadio Mane can't catch that.
Yeah,
kick to Belgium.
I think the hydration break, they were soaking the pitch, and I think the restart, that ball is going to skip off certainly for the next 10 minutes. Dance. It's a wet surface now, so that's just going to go at the pace. That sort of ball.
Belgium 0, Senegal 1 on TalkSport 2. Artur Tiate, the left-sided centre-half, allowed to carry the ball almost up to the halfway line before Senegal decide to press. Tielemans lays it back for Mekele in the centre circle. Tielemans again gets his header, plenty ahead of him, and to his right is Kevin De Bruyne, right hand side, slides it down the right side of the box for De Ketelaere, pulls it back, put back there, good defending in the end. I think it was Niakate that got the foot in and got it clear. Throw into Belgium.
Great ball by De Bruyne, though. I don't think anyone in the world plays that ball better. You know, the ball that's maybe 30 yards and you've got to weight it absolutely perfectly.
Doku, right hand side for Belgium, receives the throw. Plays a 1-2 with De Bruyne, level with the 18-yard line. On this Belgium right now, coming in field. Plays it across to De Bruyne at the edge of the area. He tried to get it back to Doku, who made a run inside the box, but Senegal won it back. But this time the Belgians are winning back the second balls.
I said that the hydration break might be a problem for Senegal. It's stopped the motivation, the fluency, the fluency of what they were doing, and they've made that just a little tweak now. They've got Doku in the middle, and that certainly suited them better. He's come over to this right hand side. De Bruyne is playing close to him, and those two, when they're in close proximity, De Bruyne and Doku, they've got an understanding. Really good football brains.
But it's 1-0 to Senegal with 10 minutes plus added time to half-time. On TalkSport 2, Castagna thought about sending a long ball downfield, but now plays it back as a square to Mekela. Then the other centre-half, Tiate, looking to hit it long for Trossard down the Belgian left, with cushions to hand it down, intended for De Kuyper. But Senegal win it back, and here they go again. Down the right-hand side, Papagay gets his long legs motoring through midfield. Finds Mane, centre of the Belgium half, sweeps it out to Njai. Now back in field, Papagay looks for Jacobs at the left-hand corner of the area. Idrissa Gueye driving towards the edge of the box, held up by Doku. Still finds Papagay, shoves it out to the near side, the left-hand side for Senegal, and Jacobs, quick ball into Mane, plays a 1-2, Sadio Mane, shot straight to Courtois, and Senegal create another good chance with some quick feet at the edge of the area, but in the end Mane's shot straight at Courtois. 1-0 Senegal.
Well, for 7 or 8 minutes after the hydration break, Belgium really got their act together. They were starting to dominate possession. The game was taking the sort of shape that we thought was going to take before the game. But then all of a sudden, they just spark into life, don't they, Senegal, on the break. And they've got pace all over the pitch.
Well, Papagay of Villarreal really powered through the centre of the field, and he's in possession again. Finds Ismaïla Sarr, who went down under pressure from Tielemans. No foul, says the referee, and Trossard brings it away for Belgium, hits it straight onto the chest of Diatta, and in the end the throw goes Belgium's way. 8 minutes to half-time. What chance have Belgium got of getting themselves level going in at the break? Tiate, again, allowed to come up to centre-half with the ball at his feet without being pressurised. Good run down the left-hand side by De Ketelaere for Belgium, not spotted by Trossard. He's gone back in field via Tiate to Mekela in the centre circle. He threads a deep ball on the deck to De Bruyne, out to the right wing, and Doku running at the defenders, infield to De Bruyne once more, holds off a challenge, gives it back to Doku. Just almost standing on the ball at the minute, Doku. 2 Senegalese defenders for company. Got the cross in to the edge of the area, but there's enough green shirts back to get it half clear, but not totally clear.
He looks a lot happier, doesn't he, on this right-hand side, Doku.
And then Trossard pushes over a man almost twice his size in Papagay, and that's a free kick to Senegal. And Trossard doesn't look happy. Well, he wouldn't, would he? But he is known as grumpy by Mikel Arteta in the Arsenal dressing room.
Yeah, he's certainly a competitor, isn't he? But look, down this right-hand side, Doku, and I think De Bruyne sort of positioned himself on the right flank as well, and every time he gets it, he gets the ball out of his feet, and he just feeds and feeds and feeds. A player that he knows can maybe the key to opening up this defence, and certainly Doku out that front line is the one that's shown himself in this last 10 minutes to be a problem for them.
6 shots at goal from Senegal, 3 of them on target. The last shot Belgium had on target was their only one back in the 9th minute. That was Trossard. They haven't tested the goalkeeper, the inexperienced goalkeeper. We have to keep remembering that. Diao, not even reached double figures in caps, but only had 1 meaningful save to make. 1-0 Senegal.
I think he'd come and caught a ball, didn't he, early on, and that would have filled him with a lot of confidence. You can see as soon as he caught it, the 3 or 4 of the defenders in front of him all went up and slapped him on the back. You know, I think they know that was a big moment for him.
Tiate on halfway, tucks it back to Mekela for Belgium. Now Tielemans gets his head up. Van Aken making a run through the middle, hasn't used him. Gives it back to Mekela. He drives it out to the left-hand side for De Kuyper. Sets himself for a cross, whips it in, but straight to the grateful arms of the goal. He's a big lad, the goalkeeper. He's got to be 6'4", 6'5", I reckon. And trying to clear from hands to find Iliman Njai, but he only found the head of Maxime De Kuyper. Belgium nil. Trying to say the names right. Belgium nil, Senegal 1.
Yeah, the goalkeeper tried that sidewinder, didn't he? Wasn't too far off getting it right as well.
Trossard down the left-hand side for the Belgians. Benegal's like the combination of Belgium and Senegal. You know, how many players of Senegal would get the Belgian side? I'm just trying to get myself out of the hole here, Alvin.
Digging deeper.
I am. 5 minutes to half-time. Senegal 1-0 up. They're trying to win the ball back off Tielemans near halfway. It was Idrissa Gueye.
So strong in that midfield area, Dan. You
They
know,
are.
that three there are really strong.
Well, here come Belgium again with Trossard. Lovely ball into the area for De Kuyper. Intelligent pullback, but he didn't really get his head up. He just found a Senegalese boot who could whack it clear. But great intelligence from Maxime De Kuyper to find the space down the left-hand side of the box.
Yeah, I think it is Rescue. He just switched off for a moment. That's the first mistake they've made, Senegal. But look, you're right. He's got to get his head up. He just played the ball into an area and hoped somebody was going to be there. He had time to get his head up and pick the right pass. You can see 2 or 3 of his teammates were absolutely livid with him.
Belgium 0, Senegal 1 on TalkSport 2. Approaching half-time. Castagna floats the ball this time into the Senegal box, but they get it clear. And there was a foul on Diatta, the right back, as he headed that ball clear. And the Lions of Teranga get themselves a free kick in their own penalty box.
Well, I think there are signs that they're just starting to get to grips with it down this right-hand side. They get more balls in the box, Belgium. But whenever they turn the ball over, Senegal, not sitting back trying to protect the 1-goal lead, they are actually saying, you know, if you give us a chance, we're going to add to this lead. That's certainly the way to go.
This is Senegal's 4th knockout match at a World Cup. They lost 2 of their previous 3, including, you might remember, against England in Qatar 4 years ago in the round of 16. But they did win all the way back in 2002 in Japan, Korea in the round of 16 against Sweden.
I mean, the improvement, though, Dan, now between... You know, that 4 years that you're talking about is incredible. The progress of some of the lesser nations, I'm not being disrespectful when I say that, in football terms, some of the minnows, they're now technically so well developed. You know, I think the gulf that used to be there is not there anymore.
Well, here are Senegal winning the ball on halfway, and Ismail Assar gamely giving chase downfield, but it's well defended by Mekele. And now Tielemans inside his own half. Infield to De Bruyne, who very nearly got the ball taken off his toe in by Iliman Ndiaye. Don't know what the trigger movement was, but he was so quick onto De Bruyne. But Belgium keep possession in their own half.
And Tielemans shouting and hollering over to the bench here, you know, looking for direction.
Lovely ball upfield to De Bruyne. Slides it out to Doku just inside the area. Right hand side. Just across the face. A lot of the deflection. Took it goals, and it was well claimed by Diao on his goal line. Because I think he took a deflection off Ismail Jacobs. Stays 1-0 Senegal.
But again, it was De Bruyne who got the ball out to him. You know, Doku, I don't know why he doesn't have a shot here. He tries to cross it. He's made enough of an angle. He's got a yard to get that shot away, hard and low.
2 minutes plus added time to half-time. Senegal want to hold on to what they've got until the final whistle of this first period. Giving the free kick away, though. Papagay getting shouted at by the referee for almost chucking the ball away. No yellow cards yet, though.
No, well, I think he's had a good game in that respect. I think the referee, the referee, I think, in the games that I've done, the games I've seen, has been absolutely immaculate. I think they've been brilliant, the referee.
Quite agree. Here's De Ketelara down the left-hand side of the area, cross deflected behind for Belgium's first quarter of the game. Yeah. And it comes with a minute of the first half to go. 1-0 Senegal.
But, during a good spell as well, Dan. You know, they are starting to, you know, their possession is in good positions. It's not just around the halfway line, Belgium. They've been probing in and around the edge of the box, been crossing balls. Senegal have had to defend, and they've done that. But there's just a little turn in the momentum in the game.
Lots of height for the Senegalese at the back, but Belgium has sent the centre-half forward, as you would imagine. Van Aken's tall, it's actually played short, out to the edge of the area. De Kuyper, right-footed drive, good save by Diao. He saw that late. One for the cameras maybe, but he had to make the save in any case, and he did well.
They're very slow getting out there, Senegal. You know, they really let him have a good look at it. I mean, it's a decent shot. It's going there, no doubt about it. It's going in. But I think you're right. I think it was one for the cameras. You've seen it all the way, didn't he, Diao?
Good save all the same. Another corner kick to the Belgians. This one may go long into the box as we move into 5 minutes of minimum added time at the end of the first half. De Bruyne with the corner, drilled to the edge of the box, headed down by De Kuyper, but it took a deflection before it reached him. It meant he couldn't control the cushion header. He was trying one off the training ground, I think, that just didn't come off for the Belgians, who trail Senegal by a 1-0 in Seattle.
I think a sign of the improvements in Belgium's play is the fact that De Kuyper is getting forward now. He's playing on the edge of their penalty area, so it tells you that they've got control of the possession.
Senegal trying to win the battle of head tennis in the centre circle. Oh, that's good strength. Down the right-hand side from Diarra, the goal scorer, and he's released Iliman Ndiaye. Getting into the area, right-hand side. Tries to lay it back to Papagay, who stretched out a long left leg and tried to volley it goalwards, but shanked it well wide, nearer the corner flag from the far post, and it's a goal kick to Belgium.
Well, I don't know about you, Dan, but I'm thoroughly enjoying this. It's a great game of football.
It is. It's swinging from end to end. But Senegal are not overawed one bit by the players that they're facing. And it seems quite the opposite. But the Belgians are a little bit intimidated by the way that Senegal have come at them, particularly in the first 25-26 minutes of the game before the hydration break.
They're trying to, get people into decent positions. There's a lot more movement to Belgium's play now. They're getting De Bruyne on the ball, obviously that's a big plus for them. Doku on this right-hand side.
Yeah, he's looking for Doku, but that's well protected by Niakate. Let the ball trickle out of play for a goal kick.
But they're trying to get Benarkin up in support as well, so that midfielder is pushing right the way up into the forward positions. The problem they've got is that when it breaks down, they've only got Tielemans there, as a shield in front of your back four.
Goal kick for Mori Diaw of Senegal. Former Paris Saint-Germain youth, Mori Diaw. He's played all around Europe and Bulgaria, Portugal and Switzerland. Big night for him. And he's doing well for Senegal in goal. You would normally expect Edouard Mendy to be between the sticks, but injury rules him out. Belgium in possession with Arthur Tiate just over the halfway line. He played nearly 3 minutes to the minimum of 5 that were added on at the end of his first period on TalkSport 2. Here is Leandro Trossard, who's had Belgium's only shot on target before that right-footed curling effort from De Kuyper that was kept out by Diaw just a moment or two ago. Mekele, the centre-half, in the centre circle. Finds Trossard once again, inside left position. Trying to thread it through 5 yards or so to De Bruyne. Deflected away. Doku, very central now. Rides a challenge. Goes down. And in fact, the referee's brought play back for the first offence about 5 or 6 yards further back. Not sure whether this is close enough for a direct strike at goal, Alvin.
Yeah,
you can tell me. 1-0 Senegal.
Well, maybe, but one thing is for sure, Doku's been the best Belgian attacker. De Bruyne has been not far behind him in terms of supply, but he's now getting the ball in really tight areas, and he gets himself turned. Might be just within it. It's not certainly on the level of, De Bruyne's looking at it. He'll fancy it as well.
What am I saying? De Bruyne's out there. Of course he's going to try for goal, although De Kuyper's got designs on it as well. And as the ball is just to the right of centre, it does favour a left-footed strike over a right. We'll see who takes this. We're in the last minute of minimum added time in the first half. There's at least a 4-man Senegalese wall with 3 Belgian players standing to the left of it as we look. And Tielemans telling those players to squeeze together a bit. So, De Bruyne or De Kuyper? Who's going to strike this free kick for Belgium? It is De Kuyper, straight into the wall. And it didn't get much height or elevation either. And it's just thumped downfield by Diatta, the right back. Great clearance. 3 bounces and it's through to Courtois. 1-0 Senegal.
Well, certainly coming up here to half-time. They've regrouped a little here, Belgium, and certainly looked better since they had the hydration break.
One last chance maybe. Doku Lovely collect on the right-hand side, up against Jacobs, right-hand corner of the area. Lays it back to Tielemans. Castagna making a run down the right-hand side of the box. Tielemans doesn't use him, sends the cross in, Cease gets it clear. De Bruyne tries a volley from the edge of the area, but just hits it into the ground and makes the save easy for Diao in the Senegalese goal. And that is that for a very enjoyable first half in Seattle. And it's Charles de Ketelaere who's been withdrawn, so it's striker to striker. We've just seen de Ketelaere strolling across the pitch in his training top, so he's probably already showered, and he knew the moment he walked off the field at half time he was being substituted. You can feel a little unfortunate. He didn't play that badly, de Ketelaere, in that first period, but it's a roll of the dice for sure to give Romelu Lukaku at 33 years of age his 130th cap, but his goal record is extraordinary. 130 caps, 91 goals. That's an extraordinary record. That's almost Haaland-esque from the big man who we know well from his time in England with Chelsea and with West Bromwich Albion. And we're back underway on TalkSport 2, and Senegal immediately fire the ball downfield to Ismaïla Sarr. Works it out to the left wing for Mane. I'll run you through the lineups in a minute. But Mane tricks his way into the area, knocks it back to the edge of the box. Papagay with a drive blocked, but they keep it alive. Mane again, level with the 18-yard line. Doku tries to get at him, so too does Castagna. Great cross into the box, drops to the far post, and Ndiaye with a left-footed effort. Couldn't guide it goalwards, it was wide of the post. Senegal showing their intentions again at the start of this second half. 1-0 they lead.
Well, they've got intent, haven't they? Intent of actually, we're here, we're 1-0 up, but we ain't going to sit back and defend that. We're going to look for a second goal. And they've got, a lot of good possession. Mane started off and led the line well on this left-hand side. And you see what he was trying to do there, couldn't you? You're looking at Ndiaye. He's got the ball on his left foot. He's just trying to curl it into that bottom left-hand corner.
Trossard running through the midfield for Belgium. Vanaken with a poor touch. He was trying to turn it round the corner for Lukaku. Made a run into the edge of the area, but it was overhit. So the lineups for Belgium now, it's Courtois, Castagna, Mekele, Tiate and De Kuyper. Then Tielemans and Vanaken, Doku, De Bruyne and Trossard behind Lukaku now. Same lineup for Senegal. Diao in goal, Diatta, Cease, Niakate and Jacobs. Diarra the goal scorer, and the two gays, Idrissa and Papa, and then Ndiaye, Sarr and Mane in attack. And here is Iliman Ndiaye turning neatly on halfway. Briefly had the run on Tiate, but ends up working the ball back to Diatta. Harvey Martin shifts in his chair.
Yeah, great the way he did that again there, Ndiaye. He really is a magnificent player. He's got two people around him, and he knew he had to keep possession of the ball, which he did really comfortably.
Here is Diarra, the goal scorer, knocking it back to Niakate. Diarra again. Run down the left-hand side from Jacobs. Trying to whip an early ball in. Castagna does well, prevents the corner. Doku gets clipped as he tries to bring it clear. And Belgium have a free kick. So Lukaku, only one goal in his last 9 World Cup appearances. He's got the most goals for a Belgian at a World Cup in 6, but recent record, nothing to write home about.
Just looking at Mane, a little replay of him inside the box. He's still got great feet, hasn't he, and an awareness about his game.
Well, he's playing at Al Nassr now. People might not know that he moved on from Bayern, but he's playing in the Saudi Pro League right now and looking fit as a fiddle. Here's De Kuyper for Belgium. Brings a neat crossfield ball down midway point of the Senegal half. Vanaken turns it in field for Tielemans, immediately set upon by Idrissa Gueye. Trossard hugging the near touchline, tucks it back into the centre circle for Mekele. And now Castagna to the right of him in the centre circle, the Fulham man, formerly of Leicester City. Mekele clips a left-footed ball down the inside left channel, looking for Trossard, but Diatta, the right back, just stepped across and powered the header away. The ball's out of play.
Really can't get the ball into the areas that they want to, Belgium. They want to get it into the chest or the feet of Lukaku. They want to get it into Doku, to his feet, or De Bruyne. And De Bruyne is taking up position in between the two banks of four that they've got, Senegal, but he can't get the ball. You get him the ball, then you're going to create. You're going to look at a really good chance of scoring, but at the moment they're dealing with it really well, Senegal. They aren't letting Belgium have any real possession, in their own half.
In my experience, get the ball into Lukaku, but his feet, I think he's got trampolines in his shin pads, because they never seems to, on the chest or the head, that's where he's dangerous, where he can control the ball better. Here comes Senegal again. Diarra sends it out to the left-hand side, and Jacobs. Mane takes over. Space there down that left-hand side, but Belgium have now plugged the gaps. Idrissa Gueye tucks it in field for Papagay. He slides it back into the centre circle. Cease plays it wide to Iliman Ndiaye. Here's Ismaila Sarr of Crystal Palace. Good ball in field to Papagay. Space for Mane. Left-hand corner of the area, picks it up now. Can have a run at Castagna. Pulls the ball back. Goal, it's no goal. I thought it was going to be 2-0 Diarra again, but he's screwed a left foot shot wide. Big chance for Senegal to double their lead. And boy, did they have space to operate in. But Diarra got the shot all wrong, and it's a goal kick to Belgium. 1-0.
Not an easy one, but look, they really are playing well. Great possession, right round the edge, and Mane again showing his class. He still goes past people in the penalty area, but what he does, he gets his head up and he plays the right ball in. It wasn't an easy one for Diarra. He's on his left foot, probably on his weaker side.
Oh, what a ball over the top. Ismaila Sarr brings it down on his chest and makes it 2-0 with a sensational right-footed drive. That is fantastic stuff from Senegal. A ball over the top, caught the Belgian defence square. The first touch from Sarr on his chest was delightful. Set the ball out in front of him and he lashed it home, hit it with violence, and Belgium are 2-0 down in Seattle. Senegal powering through. Can they be stopped? Belgium 0, Senegal 2.
Wow, what a goal. What a bit of skill. What a centre forward. I can't believe how well he's taken that. He's got no right to be able to chest that down and keep possession when he's got two defenders around him. He does that. He uses strength to hold up the challenge, and then he fires it right foot, smashes it past Courtois. 2-0. What a goal.
Wonderful hit. 23rd international goal for the man who scored a bucket load for the Eagles in the Conference League. Last season he scored 9, I think, for Palace as they won the trophy. I think we've got to credit the ball for, I think it was Niakate that hit that ball, the left-sided centre-half, to spot the run, yes. But the weight of the long pass, that was fully 60 yards, that ball.
Yeah, it was like, but in American football, quarterback throws it the perfect throw, but somebody's got to do the hard work, get on the end of it. And then he's got two people around him. His touch has got to be absolutely immaculate. And then he's got to finish it past one of the world's best goalkeepers. He only looked at it, Courtois. Couldn't get anywhere near it.
Well, Belgium 0, Senegal 2, 7 minutes of the second half gone on TalkSport 2. And I don't know whether Adrian Durham's listening to this, having gone away from Atlanta, but my mind drifts back to Rostov in 2018 when Adrian and I were present when Japan went 2-0 up on Belgium in the round of 16 and looked set fair for their first ever quarter-final. And Roberto Martinez threw on Marouane Fellaini when he had Batshuayi and Benteke on the bench. Fellaini came to the rescue, got it back to 2-2, and then Nasser Chadli, once of Spurs, got the winner in added time. But those players are not on the bench anymore for Rudy Garcia to use. And Senegal, I would dare to venture, are a better side than Japan. What a task for the Red Devils now. 2-0 down here on TalkSport 2. And here come Senegal again with Sadio Mane. Oh, he tried to run around Yuri Tielemans. It didn't come off for him, but they're trying to pull off all the tricks now. Doku brings the ball clear. And he was fouled as he brought it clear. Alvin Martin, what on earth did Belgium do now?
Well, it's what Senegal are going to let them do, which is very little from what I'm witnessing. Look, it's the incredible thing for me, and it's something that I've always believed in. If you 1-0 up, don't sit back and defend a 1-goal lead. Look at getting a second goal, and that's one thing this team does. Senegal look at scoring. They've never once sat back and tried to defend what they've got.
4 in 4 for Ismaila Sarr.
I still can't get over the control. I don't think I've ever seen anyone control a ball on their chest under that sort of pressure of a game of this magnitude, and then come up with the second touch. It was 2 touches, one with his chest, the second one right foot, and he could not have hit it any better. Courtois actually just watched it. He watched it. He didn't move.
Well, he wafted his left hand at it, but the ball was past him long before that waft. We saw a super slow-mo of the chest control on our monitor, and it just looked exquisite. 10 minutes gone in the second half. Here comes Doku for Belgium. Down the right-hand side of the penalty area. Hits the ball against Jacobs. Goes out of play for a Belgian throw.
I'll tell you what, as well, Dan, you know, the makeup and the balance of this Senegal side is great. It's got athleticism. I've talked about the technical ability of these players, but, you know, Mane on the left-hand side, he's like the leader. He's so influential with everything he does. There's a reason he plays the ball simple. De Bruyne's coming off.
Yeah, De Bruyne and Doku are both being withdrawn by Rudy Garcia, and that is to allow Dodi Lukebakio of Benfica to come on, and also Nicholas Raskin of Rangers.
I can't believe he's taking Doku off.
Nor can I. That's a huge call. A huge call. Raskin, who's a centre midfielder, 25 years of age, fell out with Russell Martin when he was Rangers manager, but more than made up with Danny Roll, who is no longer Rangers manager, we shouldn't forget. So he's on, and Lukebakio plays for Benfica. He's a centre forward, but they've got some defending to do, because here comes Senegal, ball across the face of goal, and Théâtre has to hurriedly put it out of play for a throw.
Belgium are all over the place. They really are. They look disjointed. They don't look happy at all, do they? You know, and the two players that have come off there, De Bruyne and Doku, they didn't look happy either. Well, they're entitled not to look happy, but I think some of the teammates maybe are thinking, what on earth is going on here? We're taking 2 of our best players off.
Makes you wonder if that's the last we'll ever see of Kevin De Bruyne at a major tournament. As things stand, it would appear so. Senegal 2-0 up on TalkSport 2 with 57 minutes gone in Seattle. And a foul by Raskin on Papagay.
See, that sums up it, really. They're just ill-disciplined. Raskin has made a foul, no need to make that foul, and then he kicks the ball away. So he's doing the job of disrupting his own team's play there.
Yeah. Senegal will take the free kick and work it back into their own half. Near Karte. That could be the assist of the tournament for that pass he smacked downfield. Glenn Hoddle couldn't hit a better 60-yard pass.
No, but the hard thing for me there is the man on the end of it.
Yeah.
You've got, I mean, there's lots of players I think can hit a ball, and it was a good ball. I'm not underestimating that, dance, but if you haven't got anyone on the end of it, that ball would have been forgotten.
Sure. And now he's only one behind. Well, he's level in actual fact with Roger Miller. 4 goals at a World Cup in a single World Cup. That was 1990, we shouldn't forget, with Roger Miller and the dancing at the corner flag.
Legends are made, aren't they, at World Cups?
They sure are. And Ismaila Sarr
You know, they haven't done it all game. They haven't got to grips with it, Belgium. They can't press. They can't press because they're not a hard enough work inside. They've got a lot of older players, and to press you need to do that as a team, and they haven't been able to really press Senegal.
Look back here, right hand side, touch the ball in field for Leandro Trossard. Lukaku, his first touch since coming on at the edge of the area, knocked it back for Van Aken, but he was dispossessed. I'm pretty sure that was Lukaku's first touch. 59 minutes gone. He's been on the pitch nearly a quarter of an hour. Now Lukebakio makes some space for himself inside the area. Left footed drive. Great block. Great block. Iliman Ndiaye that was, who threw himself at the ball at the 18-yard line after lovely twinkle toes from Lukebakio to make himself some space.
Well, again, I said it early on, Dan. So I've been so impressed with him. You know, he really... Ndiaye...
Here is Lukaku, bulldozing his way up to the edge of the area, feeds it down the right-hand side of the box, and Tielemans hits the side netting, and the referee gives a corner to Belgium.
Well, just a little sign on that right-hand side, getting a little bit of joy here, Belgium. Look, they're entitled to have a portion of this game. They're 2-0 down. They've got to throw caution to the wind, and surely with the players that they've got, they're going to create a chance, because we haven't seen a real clear-cut chance, have we, for them?
That effort from De Kuyper in the first half that was tipped around the post by Diao. Here's the corner kick for Tielemans, volleyed away at the near post by Diatta for Senegal.
Poor, really poor from Tielemans.
An hour gone on TalkSport 2. Senegal 2-0 up on the tarnished golden generation of Belgium, you would say at this point. Lukebakio, part of the new guard, scored 3 goals for Belgium in their March friendlies. Playing out on the right-hand side and cutting in on his favoured left foot, the way Belgium are set up at the moment. Trossard, who's pulled out to the left-hand side, plays the ball with the outside of his right foot into the area, looking for the run of Tielemans. But I think it was Nia Kante that got the header clear for the Senegalese.
One goal, then gets them back in the game. You know, football's like that, don't we?
De Kuyper finds Van Aken. Now Lukaku, he's back to goal. Tries to set up Lukebakio. His shot was blocked. Senegal only get it half clear. They are trying to hem Senegal in here, Belgium. And they win a throw as De Kuyper hits it against Diarra. It's going to be another change. Diego Moreira of Strasbourg is going to be on for Belgium in a minute as well. And he's only won 3 caps for his country. He's a winger. Chelsea fans might briefly remember him being part of the squad at Stamford Bridge, but I don't think he ever made a senior appearance. He's a winger, can play full-back as well. He ain't playing as a full-back here. He's going on to create havoc further forward, I would suggest. Moreira, 21 years of age. Who's he coming on for then, Alvin, do you think? Trossard?
Trossard's just gone down. We all heard the yell in the stadium. Let's have a look at the replay.
He's got a nudge in the back from Diatta.
I don't think it was a lot in that, though, Dan. I'll be honest with you.
Belgium 0, Senegal 2 on TalkSport 2. Remember, USA against Bosnia, live on TalkSport at 1 a.m. with Mark Wilson, your commentator. See if USA get through to come to Seattle. It's Van Aken that's come off, so only Tielemans really left Alvin Martin as a central midfielder.
Well, that's an area of the pitch as well. They've dominated Senegal. You know, when they haven't got the ball, and they're impossible for Belgium to play through them.
Lukebakio on the right-hand side for Belgium, cuts in field. His ball is intercepted by Habib Diarra, and then Mane is caught by Mekele, and there's a lesser spotted yellow card. It goes the way of Brandon Mekele.
See, when they turn the ball over, the passing of Senegal is so good. They've got the outs. You know, there's some lovely little technicians out there. So lovely flick round one side. It's an obvious booking, but they don't look like they fancy defending one-on-one, these Belgian defenders.
So Moreira is on. Van Aken off. And a free kick after Sarr. Well, he stayed down, Ismaila Sarr. He scored 5 goals in all in World Cup history. He's only one behind the record African goal scorer at World Cups, who is not Roger Miller, that's Asamoah Gyan of Ghana. He has 6 to his name in World Cup history. We're just seeing a shot of on our monitors of Kevin De Bruyne skulking at the back of the Belgian dugout.
Forlorn figure, isn't he? He really is. You know, look, I still can't get over, unless he had a niggle. I thought you've got to leave him on. He's got the pass, he's got the guile, you know, to get, you know, Lukaku in. And Doku definitely, you know, he looked really unhappy about being taken off.
Well, I'll say again, 8 years ago when Roberto Martinez threw on Marouane Fellaini, I remember the look on Adrian Durham's face in the stadium. It's like, what is Roberto Martinez doing? It did work for Belgium that night. It's got to work for him again tonight. 25 minutes to go. They've got to find 2 goals just to force extra time, Belgium. Senegal very much in the ascendancy. Luka Bacchio on the right-hand side tries to find Lukaku, chests the ball down. Trossard tried to run onto it, but he caught Idrissa Gueye with a high boot, and Senegal have a free kick at the edge of their own penalty area. Alvin Martin, it's 2-0 Senegal.
Yeah, look, on the right-hand side, they've looked better, haven't they, Belgium? Look at, you know, the back here, he's actually got the ball, he's cut inside, he's put some decent crosses in. He looks like he's got the beating of the full-back on that side. Jacobs is really struggling to contend with him, but he hasn't really got enough for the ball, has he, Lukaku, since he come in? They haven't fed it into his feet, they haven't got enough crosses in for him. He's only touched the ball 2 or 3 times.
Meanwhile, Senegal make their first change. Papa Gueye is coming off, and one of the men who was dropped for tonight's game from last time out, Monaco midfielder Lamine Camara. He's on the pitch. He missed out on Qatar, but had his first call-up not long before the last World Cup. He's been linked, Lamine Camara, with moves to Chelsea and to Liverpool in recent times. Been at Monaco the last couple of seasons, having played all his previous career at Metz. So we're approaching the dreaded hydration break here, Alvin.
Yeah. Well, I think that, you know, I don't think either manager will be too unhappy about it for once. I think because, you know, the Senegal think, okay, where are we? We're 2-0 up. What do we do now? So they want to put the last phase of their planning in to close this game out. And Belgium just needs to regroup and try and find something in terms of a goal.
Well, it's telling that they've had no shot on target in the second half, Belgium, and they trail 2-0 as Camara gets involved and gets a yellow card seconds after coming on.
Well, they're all falling about now and yelling at the same time. Trossard's, you know, guilty of that. You know, go down if you want, but don't yell at the squealing pig. You know, it's like they're trying to get each other booked. It's a foul, no problem with that, but like, there's no need for the squeal.
There speaks the centre half. Moreira down the left-hand side for Belgium, but he can't get past Diatta, the right back. He's had a good solid game at right back there, Diatta. And now they try and bring it clear. Ismaila Sarr trying to muscle his way up to halfway, but Belgium get it back.
Sarr's done brilliant. I mean, look, I think that's my favourite goal so far in the World Cup. You know, that goal with Sarr was absolutely diamond.
Diatta finds Raskin, plays the ball in field, the Rangers man, into the feet of Tielemans. Diatta again, De Kuyper pulling through it on this near touchline. Not much urgency about Belgium at the moment. And Mekela turns and goes back to Courtois.
The thing is, Dan, so, you know, they will get it forward, and you know they want to force it really, and they don't want to get too impatient. But you know, whenever the ball does get turned over, you do feel that Senegal are going to say, you know, we're looking for a third. We're not going to sit and defend a 2-goal lead. We're looking for a third. You give us any little daylight, we're going to take it.
Mekela for Belgium, centre half, just shy of the halfway line. Turned round the corner neatly by Raskin for Luka Bacchio. Now it's smacked out to Moreira on the left wing. Gets to level with the 18-yard line. Plays the ball into the box right-footed. Cleared up in the air, and it comes to be caught by Diao. just in front of his goal line with Trossard trying to close down and put pressure on him. Belgium 0, Senegal 2. Hydration break incoming.
So that's a ball that he took, but he should have took that high, you know. He took it far too low. Should have been putting the more pressure, but again, I don't think they've worked hard enough, Belgium.
Raskin out to the left-hand side and De Kuyper. Early ball in over the head of Lukaku. Ceased it enough to put him off. Mane gets dispossessed. It's worked back infield for Belgium to send a cross into the box, but it's away from Lukaku. Behind for a goal kick, and there is the whistle for the hydration break. And Yuri Tielemans is having a good old volley at the referee about something he feels should have gone Belgium's way. Trossard is getting involved with Tielemans. Now the Belgians are falling apart. There's an argument going on between two Belgian players. Leandro Trossard and Yuri Tielemans are being kept apart by Romelu Lukaku. Alvin Martin.
Well, you've read that absolutely spot on. You know, I realised he weren't having a go at the referee. I didn't realise which teammate it was. I thought it might have even been Lukaku, but it was Trossard on the end of that from Tielemans, and that's a bad sign. You know, they have to be pulled apart by their teammates, and that tells you one thing: they're not together. It's not all about the team; it's about individuals. Now they've got a lot of individuals there. Some of them have been taken off. De Bruyne will not be happy. Doku will not be happy. But really, you look at where they're going at the moment. Lukaku has hardly had a touch dance. You know, really, you'd expect him to have had a header or a chance on goal. He doesn't look like he's mobile enough. He doesn't look like he's fit enough. And it's got to take something miraculous to get them back in the game now, Belgium.
4 touches he's had, Alvin. Lukaku, since coming on at half-time. And we're just seeing a replay again of Ismail Assar's immaculate chest control on the run, running through the middle of the park, got just inside the area, let the ball drop, and just larruped it past Courtois for Senegal's second goal. Magic.
I can imagine, Théate, the Belgian centre-half, it's split both of them really, but Théate is the one that's closest to him, and as that ball's over his head, you're thinking to yourself as a centre-half, surely he ain't going to be able to control this. You know, I'm going to get another bite of the cherry here. He brings it down on his chest, out of the air, what is it, a 40, 50-yard ball, and it bounces into his path exactly where he wants it. It bounces. He comes in, the centre-half, Théate, tries to make a challenge because he thinks he might be able to get a toe on it. Sarr holds him off with strength and then rifles it with his right foot. Everything was perfect from the execution of the pass to him, then the execution of the chest control, and then the final bit, the beauty of the strike. Perfect, 10 out of 10, all of them.
It's one of those goals that you score in your dream. When you think you're playing in an FA Cup final, there's a minute to go, and you want to score that dream goal. That's exactly what it was. Iliman Ndiaye, is he making way? Because there is a Senegalese substitution coming up. They're going to bring on Ibrahim Mbaye. I think it's Iliman Ndiaye that's making way. Yeah, he's getting a hug from his manager. What a great shift he's put in. But in fact, there's going to be a couple of changes. Pape Sarr of Spurs is going to come on. So Diarra, who scored the first, is coming off. So too is Ndiaye. So Sarr will add a bit of extra bite into midfield, and Mbaye will play in Ndiaye's position on the right-hand side of the front three.
Shows that he trusts all his players as well, doesn't it? You know, he's making changes. Pape Thiaw, and they look like they've got strength in depth. You know, they make these changes and they still dominate. They still doesn't affect the team performance overall in any way.
Well, Mbaye is just 18 years of age, but he's already won 14 caps for Senegal. He was the youngest goal scorer for the country last autumn against Kenya. Youngest Paris Saint-Germain starter 17 goals in his last 30 for club or country. It's an extraordinary record.
It's gone so well for Senegal this game, but if they were to get a goal, Belgium, how often have we seen it, Dan? A team look perfect in every way, and then all of a sudden concede a goal and the game's turned on its head by it.
Well, here's the
happen.
Here's the difference. 35 shots in against New Zealand last time out. Today, 2 shots on target. It couldn't be more different for the Belgian supporters, what they're witnessing in the Seattle Stadium. They're watching their team flounder, but they've made their changes. Can they get a goal back and set up a grandstand finish? Luka Bacchio can't win the ball. He's stayed on the ground. And Senegal have got men forward. Down the left-hand side goes Lamine Camara. Gets his head up as he gets to the byline. Doesn't put the ball in. Lays it back instead for Jacobs, and Senegal just take their time.
See, again, it's intelligent play. It really is. He didn't put the ball in. There wasn't anyone in there. So they've kept possession, and they've taken the sting out of that little spell of the game where Belgium looked like they were just getting a bit better possession.
Ball sent all the way back for the goalkeeper, Mori Diaw. Now Cease. He's had a very good, considering he's not played competitive international football for nearly 3 years, Alvin.
Yeah,
Pathé Cease has done all right, hasn't he?
He's looked really composed at the back. Look, they've protected the young goalkeeper, haven't they, Diaw? He hasn't had too much to do either, Dan.
No. And what he's done well. Quarter of an hour to go.
But again, I'm looking at them, and they're passing the ball around at the back, and Belgium can't press them.
No.
They just can't press. They haven't got any idea how to press.
As the ball's rolled into Idrissa Gana Gueye, he could turn midway point of his own half with no Belgian player anywhere near him. Didn't even have to be on the half turn, did he, Al?
They just don't look like they're being coached, Dan. A big part of the modern day game is when you haven't got the ball and it's on, to press and win the ball back as high up the pitch as you can. They haven't done that once tonight.
The experienced Thomas Meunier is being readied as Belgium's last substitution. In the centre circle, Luka Bacchio gets dispossessed, but it still is picked up by Raskin. Out to Castagna, right-hand side. Lukaku lurking at the edge of the penalty area. 2-0 Senegal if you're just tuning into World Cup Game Day Live on TalkSport 2. Here is Tiate going for goal. Smacks it against the chest of Cease. And here come Senegal on the counter-attack, but the ball's overhit. Mane made a great run from inside his own half, but the ball was overhit and he couldn't catch it up.
Yeah, but again, it's a dangerous game they're playing there, Belgium, pushing a lot of people forward. If that ball was a better ball, Mane would have been in.
Out to the right-hand side, and Luka Bacchio once more. Plays it infield to Trossard, 25 yards from goal. Lays it to his right for Raskin, Fall waiting for a cross, goes to the far post. The Clipper heads it down, but Cease is there to tidy up with a chest control, and then a volley clear for Senegal, who still lead 2-0 on TalkSport 2. Mekele sends it out to Luka Bacchio, right-hand corner of the area, gets the ball on his left, feinted to shoot. Now will shoot again, just wide. Very, very close from Luka Bacchio to getting Belgium back within one, but it went the wrong side of the post for the Belgian substitute. It's still Belgium 0, Senegal 2. How close was this? Very, Alvin Martin.
Yeah, and he's certainly looked lively since he come on, hasn't he, on the right-hand side for Belgium. Wants to cut in on his left foot, and that one is Diaw scrambling across his goal. The Senegal goalkeeper thought that was in. So did I.
So did I. De Kuyper switches for Meunier. Fullback for fullback. Meunier's gone across to the right-hand side. So Castagna switched to left-back. And the first thing that Meunier does is he clashes into Sadio Mane on the halfway line. Very nearly got a yellow card for that. And he's been on the pitch 10 seconds.
He's left him on Mane as well, hasn't he? He's getting on in years now, but he's still really fit. And I think what his presence out there is a calming presence. His leadership credentials are, all there for everyone to see.
Ball cleared downfield by the Senegalese keeper Diao. 2-0 to Senegal, and they're away again with Mane. Heavy touch, but he's in the area, can hit it across. There were 3 players waiting for a cross and didn't make its way to any of them. He goes out of play for a Senegalese, but Mane slaps his hands in frustration that he got that wrong.
Sloppy again with Belgium, giving the ball away, gifting the ball in a really dangerous area. Yeah, they got away with that one. Because 3-0, they would be all over. It would be all over, wouldn't it? You know, but they've got to score, and they've got to score quickly.
Mane can't get past Meunier, but Meunier's clearance doesn't reach halfway. Diatta finds Mbaye on this right-hand side for Senegal. Knocked back by Kamara. Cease works it all the way back to the keeper Diao. Stood inside the D of his own penalty area. Now it's out to the left-hand side and near Karte. Short pass into Mane's feet. Turns to the halfway line. Drills a lovely ball out to Mbaye on the right-hand side. There's a lovely overlapping run being made by Lamine Camara. Tried to steer it back infield for Mbaye, who'd made a charge infield from the touchline, but it was well defended by the Belgians. But then given away. And then a foul, surely at the edge of the area, committed by Timothy Castagne.
But that's the difference between the two teams. They lose the ball, Senegal, and he was desperate to be able to get out there, wasn't he, Tayate? He was not given the opportunity. They're on him. They're all over him. They're winning the ball back. And Belgium, they just can't contend with it. They can't keep possession of the ball because they're being under so much pressure high up the pitch. They haven't done that once to Senegal.
It was Ismaila Sarr who was caught by Castagne. Grumpy faces in the stands of Belgian fans looking on. But for the Senegalese, those red, yellow and green flags are fluttering.
I don't know about you, Dan, but 80 minutes gone, the 2-0 up Senegal. I cannot see a Belgium goal. I've been wrong, and we often see a goal against the run of play, but I cannot see a Belgian goal coming anywhere.
No, it's hard to see it as things stand. Free kick for Senegal. Drifted in by Jacobs. Handed out by Mekela from inside his 6-yard box. It was hit at pace into the area, but in truth there wasn't a Senegalese player anywhere near it. And Mbaye loses out to Lukebakio, but heavy touch from him. Just goes straight out play for a Senegalese throw. Midway point of the Belgian half down their left.
If they do go out, Belgium, they've gone out with a whimper.
Yeah. Ball's back in the Senegalese half with the 2 centre halves. Niakite and now Cease. It's for Diatta. First time touch in field for Kamara. Now Mbaye. Again, they're still playing. The tempo of the passing and the pace of the passing from Senegal is light years from what the Belgians are doing, Alvin. Much
Absolutely.
more incisive and quick.
Well, they've been a better team in every facet of the game tonight. Over the 81 minutes, Senegal, you've got to make an argument, but should be better than 2-0 up. They should be 3-0 up maybe, or 4. They've been brilliant.
Alvin Martin alongside me, Ian Danter. It is 2-0 to Senegal, 8 minutes of normal time to play in Seattle on TalkSport 2. Overnight from 1 a.m. on TalkSport. USA against Bosnia-Herzegovina. The winners of that face the winners of this. This moment it is undoubtedly Senegal. It is a cross into the box. Castagne heads wide. Got the better of his defender for once. The cross eluded Lukaku. And Castagne coming in from the left. Got his head to it, but it was a good 2 yards wide. Goal kick, 2-0 Senegal.
That's the only way I can see him scoring. Out-muscling somebody, a fight ball that maybe is put in there and, maybe getting a jump on somebody. I can't see them creating through delicate passes of play. They've been nowhere near it.
Belgium win it back. Trossard up to the edge of the area. Good touch from Tielemans. Left-footed drive over the bar. That was a good chance on the turn. Not too dissimilar position to where Harry Kane picked the ball up earlier for England to win the game against DR Congo. But on this occasion, his left-footed effort was skied over the bar.
Well, he's not Harry Kane, is he? There's only one Harry Kane dance, thankfully.
But you know what I mean about the position he was in.
Yeah. Harry Kane stick at top corner. Do you know what? It wasn't a bad effort though. It's just rising, wasn't it, all the way through. But they haven't had too many looks at goal, have they? He was being put under pressure, to be fair to Tielemans. So it would have had to be a hell of a strike.
6 minutes of normal time to go. Belgium 0, Senegal 2. Siate sees his shot intercepted. It's rebounded into the path of Mane. Good save low down by Courtois. Camara picks up the loose ball. Senegal pushing again. Plenty forward in green, although an offside flag's gone up. I think with that ball ricocheted through to Sadio Mane, he was just ahead of the last defender. But Courtois wasn't to know that. Made a good save.
Yeah, it was a good save. Good strike as well. Needs a goal. He deserves a goal, I should say. Mane, he's done everything but score tonight.
I don't think he'll mind in the position that Senegal find themselves in. 2 goals to the good. Luka Bacchio, we've seen a lot of the ball since coming on in the second half. 8 shots for Belgium in the second half, but crucially none of those have been on target. That tells its own story. One back strongly on halfway, and they're trying to release Mane down the left-hand side of the box. Ismaila Sarr's in the middle, and by making a run into the middle, Sarr at the corner of the 6-yard box couldn't control it, and Belgium get it clear. A rare touch for Lukaku, chesting it down in his own half for Trossard. Now Moreira down the left-hand side, everything to his right. Moves in field, gets away from Mbaye. Strokes it across to Raskin. Meunier's moved forward. Lukaku tries a flick for Trossard, which doesn't come off at the edge of the area. Meunier drives it across. Lukaku! He's got one back! 2 substitutes combined! He's barely touched the ball since he came on in the second half, but Lukaku gives Belgium hope late on. Less than 5 to go. Meunier with a cross. Lukaku at the post with the finish. It's Belgium 1, Senegal 2.
Where on earth has that goal come from? He tried to flick, it didn't come off. They got lucky with the ricochet really in their favour. But I've got to say, the ball was played in, he's passed the near post, and somehow he's been able to divert that in to the only place that has beat the Senegal keeper, Diaw.
Romelu Lukaku makes it 92 goals. He's 7th in World Cup matches.
But I said, Dan, I said if they were to get a goal, you know, it really would open up the whole game. But, you know, they don't deserve that goal, but they've got it.
And we didn't see one coming, but there it is. 2-1. Senegal might be getting a bit jittery now.
There must be 10. There's got to be at least 10 minutes left with the added time, the hydration break time. 10 minutes is a long time. But what will they do? Will they try and defend that 1-goal lead now, Senegal? Or will they do what they've done throughout the game? Look at adding to the scoreline if Belgium do take chances.
Ismaila Sarr sends it forward and buys in space in the area. Oh, he's wild with his shot from the right-hand side. The offside flag might have gone up against him anyway, but he couldn't control the drive, shanked it wide. Goal kick to Belgium.
This could be a hell of a last few minutes, this. It could be one hell of a ride.
Lukaku controls it, inside right position. Tielemans just inside, receives the ball now. Finds Trossard, 25 yards out. Showed too much of that to Lamine Camara. He gets it clear but can't find Mane. Siate in the centre circle of Belgium. 2 minutes of normal time to go on TalkSport 2. Raskin for Belgium. Plays it into the feet of Thomas Meunier. Knocks it back for Mekele. Now Raskin again. Gets his head up, plays a diagonal looking for Moreira. Lovely first touch. Left wing up against Mbaye. Plays it back in field for Trossard. Trossard right-footed ball into the box. Keeper misses it. It's in! It's in! It's Yuri Tielemans! I don't believe it! Belgium back from the dead with 2 goals in 2 minutes, and the 2 players who were arguing on the pitch not 10 minutes ago, have combined to level it up in Seattle. Trossard's ball, Tielemans' brave header as the goalkeeper came out. It's in the back of the net. Football is balmy. Belgium 2, Senegal 2.
Oh, I've been in and around football for a long, long time. But don't ask me to read how this one's gone. It's gone from never looking like they got a goal in Belgium to all of a sudden, right at the death, drawing level 2-2. The keeper comes, he gets nowhere near it. First mistake he's made all night. And it could be a really costly one.
What a brave header from Yuri Tielemans as well, because he knew that the keeper was coming out to try and punch. He got there first. It's in the back of the net. Rudy Garcia can't believe it as we see a replay of his reaction. The bench goes berserk. And somehow we are all square in Seattle. And there's still time for a winner.
Oh my word. Oh my word. I'm gobsmacked. Gobsmacked. I can't. I really. I mean, I don't know what Senegal feel now. They've got to go again. He's getting a yellow card, Rudy Garcia. I don't know what for, but he's certainly been animated.
Must be over celebrating. That's all I can think.
It's incredible. Incredible. 2 goals on the back of each other. Absolutely in control, Senegal, 2-0. Seeing the game out, comfortable as you like. And now, they've got to go again.
2 minutes and 39 seconds between those 2 Belgian goals. We're into added time now. Don't know how much there is. 7 minutes in actual fact. So we're into that 7 minutes now. Now Senegal have got to respond. Or do they take it to extra time?
Well, look, you come into a game as teams and you have certain plans for certain scenarios. I don't think anyone could have envisaged this scenario. You know, if you're Senegal, you're 2-0 up, you're playing really well. You know, you don't see yourself getting drawn into a 2-2 finale, do you? It's incredible. I think they're just playing off the cuff now, both teams.
A minute played of the 7 that have been added on. Extra time will be next if we don't get a decisive goal in added time. Lukaku showing great strength for Belgium. Gets up to the edge of the area, flicks it right for Tielemans. Can he pull it back? He can, and it's turned behind for a corner. Was that Sadio Mane desperately defending for his country? Corner kick to Belgium. 2-2.
Well, it's anyone's game now. Anyone's game. Belgium are looking the best they've looked throughout the game. Lukaku all of a sudden is getting on the ball. And Mane, was it Mane back in there? It's incredible. He gets round these cupboards.
Corner to Belgium. Right hand side. Tielemans sends it in. Up go the heads. Meunier tries to put it back into the box. Headed up in the air, and Baye tries to get it clear. Tielemans again, 5 in the box to aim at. This time it's into the goalkeeper's gloves. Being impeded as he cleared. Free kick to Senegal. 2 minutes of the 7 have gone.
Oh, can't catch my breath. It's incredible. I mean, the players, both sets of players, I mean, I can't believe the transformation in the game is from being so down and not looking like you've got a chance of getting back in the game to all of a sudden being back in the game. And not just being back in the game for Belgium, they're actually on top now, I think.
Certainly, Lukaku has suddenly become a beast. He's suddenly become a menace. And the Senegalese look much more wary of him than when he first came on at half-time. 3 minutes have gone in added time. 7 minutes minimum were added on. De Bruyne can only stand and observe in the technical area, same as Doku.
It's the sort of game you want to see go on to extra time. You don't want it to end. It's been so good.
Lukebakio tucks it back for Tiate. In the Belgian defensive third, Castagna rolls it back to Courtois. And he will boom a left-footed clearance downfield. Lukaku the obvious target. Bounces. Lukaku tries to nod it down. Moreira almost onto it, but Cease got a desperate clearance out to the right-hand side. Kept in play brilliantly by Diatta, but then he was dispossessed. Ball's out of play, and the flag goes up for offside. In any case, against Belgium, so Senegal get a free kick. 2-2.
I'll tell you what you don't do as a centre-half. You don't let a ball bounce, not with Lukaku around.
What have Senegal got left? Left-hand side. Left-hand corner of the penalty area. It's laid back in midfield. Idrissa Gueye looks to his right for Diatta. And Baye now picks it up. On the right-hand side, got two Belgian defenders for company. Has to play it back to Cease. Now Niakate. Jacobs touches it in field. Then sent across by Mane. To Camara. And now Diatta, almost level with the 18-yard line. Knocks it back for Lamine Camara. Further back into midfield for Pathé Ciss. Camara again. Three in Senegal green waiting for a ball into the box, but it's in the middle of the half. Now it goes out wide to Diatta. But back in field it goes to Lamine Camara. And then Idrissa Gueye of Everton. Across to the left-hand side, Niakate. Papsar now picks it up. Belgium got everybody bar Lukaku behind the ball. 5 minutes of added time gone. Diatta for Senegal. And Baye trying to touch it round Castagna. Good defending from Timothy Castagna. Moreira just hits it long downfield to keep it in play. But it will evade Lukaku. Niakate picks it up on halfway for Senegal. Plays the ball neatly in field. Sarr will lay it off. Mane touches it back for Gueye in the centre circle.
Mane's just trying to calm everybody down.
And here's Mbaye, the young starlet down the right-hand side, looking to take on Castagna. Rolls it in field instead for Idrissa Gueye. He's going to go for goal. That's not far wide. Courtois was sprawling down to his right-hand side. And Idrissa Gueye's little daisy cutter from 30 yards out, not far wide of the post. Goal kick, 2-2.
And Sarr was following it up as well. Sniffing out anything, will come back off the keeper there. Oh my word, what a game.
Senegal have conceded 4 goals in the last 15 minutes of second halves at this World Cup. And you would never have expected they were going to concede 2 here. Fully in control. And then Romelu Lukaku happened. Having come on at half-time and not done much, Moreira has stayed down from a challenge. Senegal work it long downfield, looking for Ismaïla Sarr, but Diatta chests it down, thumps it out for a throw. This will be the last chance for Senegal. A long throw into the box coming in, Albin Martin.
Well, they've got to get everybody up there. This is, like you say, going to be the last action. Surely we're not going to see another one just before.
And Baye tucks it in field for Niakate, out to the left-hand side, and Jacobs sends the cross in deep to the far post. Moreira gets a call and lets it run across his body, and then just lets it drift out of play for a throw-in.
Wow.
7 minutes have gone, and that's it. Extra time it will be. Mane and Jacobs have gone off at the start of extra time for Senegal. And on in their place have come Nicholas Jackson.
And Diouf's coming on, I think, at left back.
Yeah, Diouf is El Hadji Diouf from West Ham United. One of the few plus points from West Ham season, his performances, Alvin, would you say?
Yeah, but he's somebody that will get forward. He will get forward, there's no doubt about it. And he could provide something special in their half, but as a left back, he will give you a chance as well.
Well, Nicholas Jackson taking over from Sadio Mane. It is Mbaye as extra time has got underway. Senegal in their all-green shirts attacking the goal to our left. Here's Mbaye coming in field, put that drive from 20 yards out. Camara works it across to Papsar. Now Diatta right hand side of the area. Knocks it back to Idrissa Gueye. And further back to halfway and Cease. Out to Diatta, the right back again. Idrissa Gueye making a run down that right hand side, but Diatta's come in field for a moment, being watched by Castagna. Back it goes to Cease on halfway. So 15 minutes each way. No hydration breaks in extra time, apart from when they do the turnaround at half time. And then it might be penalties. Imagine saying that on 80 minutes, Alvin.
I just can't. I'm blown away by the drama of it all. So dramatic.
Ball's knocked back to Thibaut Courtois.
It's sort of gone into a lull now. I think the players are shell-shocked.
Yeah,
It's going into extra time.
Everyone's catching their breath. Lukaku chests it down under pressure. Loses that. Mane's still out there. We were given information that Mane had gone off. Definitely not him. It might be Ismail Assar that's gone off in actual fact. I think it is Ismail Assar that went off. Or was that him through the middle? Hang on, someone else has gone off. We've been giving erroneous information here, Alvin.
Yeah, I'm with you. I've seen the number 10 come up.
Yeah, me too.
He's definitely still on there. Sar's on there.
We'll clear that up as soon as we can. Nothing official on our timelines to suggest what's going on, unless Senegal are cheekily playing with 11. Oh, they hadn't made the substitution ready, so it will happen. So we will see Nicholas Jackson and Diouf. Here they come now. Mane will finally come off the field.
Well,
what a shift he's put in, Alvin Martin.
He really has. He's been an example to everybody. The heartbeat of the team. He's, the head, the elder head, the elder statesman of the team. He's been brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
So Nicholas Jackson at Chelsea scored 11 on loan at Bayern after a permanent deal fell through. I don't know whether he's got a future at Chelsea under Xabi Alonso. We'll see what he can do here. He scored 8 goals for his country in the best part of 40 caps. Made his debut for Senegal at the World Cup in Qatar 4 years ago. So those changes have finally been made. Diouf on for Jacobs and Jackson on for Mane.
Well,
2-2 the score.
Where is it going to go? Where is it going to go? It's been a wonderful game of football, I've got to say. It's to and fro. It's been the majority of the game has belonged to Senegal, but you've got to give them credit as well. They've kept going, and by some way they've been able to get back into the game at 2-2, which I would never have foreseen. Neither of us would have foreseen. But this is an unbelievable mental challenge for Senegal, because they were strolling to the final 5 minutes, thinking, okay, well, we've done everything that we needed to do. Job done, but it's not done, is it? You've got to go again, and maybe let's take a little while for them to come to terms with what's really going on here, because they were being shell-shocked as well.
Jackson's now going through the centre for Senegal, and Ismail Assar has drifted out to the left-hand side that Mane was occupying, and now we're going to see Bala Ndiaye, another Ndiaye, who joined the German champions Bayern Munich from Gambino's Stars in Gambia in January. He made his league debut just 2 months ago, and his Senegalese debut just last month against the USA. What a moment for him to win what is just his second cap, and he's coming on for Idrissa Gueye in central midfield. Bala Ndiaye.
Tell you what, the brave calls they are. Really brave calls by Pape Thiaw. Biggest game of their history, really, isn't it? Not only won the African nations, but the World Cup knockout stages, last 16 beckoning. You're bringing young players on. They're brave decisions.
Mane can't sit in the dugout. He's sitting on a cool box, Bielsa style. Wants to be as close to the action as possible. now that he's been substituted. 5 minutes of the first period of extra time have gone. 2-2 as it was on the 90 minutes.
Well, they're getting better possession now. I think Senegal are in an area of the game where they think, okay, well, we're not going to take unnecessary chances. We're going to pick and choose our times to attack and release people forward. So they're getting more possession now, Belgium.
Tielemans swings a lovely ball out to Meunier, hugging this near touchline on the Belgian right, but he's got two defenders for company, and Ismail Assar brings it clear and was fouled. And so Senegal have a free kick in their left back position.
So they don't mind defending, or Assar, he's playing centre forward, he's playing up there. He's maybe dropped a little bit deeper now with Jackson coming on, but he doesn't mind putting tackles in on the edge of his own penalty area. They are a real team in every essence of the word.
Still more live football to come overnight. The winners of this play the winners of USA against Bosnia-Herzegovina. Darren Ambrose and Mark Wilson will be your commentary team for that game. And the winners of this will play the winners of that in this stadium in Seattle. Very heavy challenge from Meunier on Sarr, should I say, but the referee saw nothing wrong with it. We play on. 7 minutes of extra time have elapsed. Belgium 2, Senegal 2. Every time I read the score out to myself, it's chuckle inside my head. That's what it is. Tiate knocks it back for Mekele in the centre circle. And that's picked up by Raskin. All the substitutions that Rudy Garcia made in the second half. Now it's fired to the right hand side for Luka Bacchio. Looks a tricky customer, the Benfica player. Had a big falling out with Jose Mourinho towards the end of the season. I don't think we should be surprised by that. I don't even know why I'm reading that out, because it's the most obvious thing in the world. Players falling out with Jose. Here he is again, Luka Bacchio, taking it back to halfway, and Mekele.
Sitting really deep now, Senegal.
They are,
really deep.
Here's Moreira, left-hand side. Forward to Amat, goes over Lukaku's head and Luka Bacchio's. Picked up right-hand side for Belgium by Meunier. Feeds it back deep to the far post. Moreira's trying to go in for it. But Mbaye is back defending. Tries to sprint clear. But really well won back by Moreira. Played into the area, almost found its way through to Luka Bacchio, who tucked in field from the right-hand side, and then a foul. Gives Senegal a free kick. And they can try and clear their lines and get downfield, because, as Alvin Martin rightly says, Belgium are doing to Senegal at the moment what Senegal were doing to them for the first hour and a bit. 2-2.
He's furious there. Trossard referee got in the way and then blew up and give it the other way. But they are in the ascendancy now, Belgium. It's hard to believe, really. We never would have seen that coming. At 2-2, they're looking the more likely now.
As if to confirm that, as the ball's flicked on for Jackson to give chase, but it's tucked back by Mekele to Courtois. They were 2-0 down in the 85th minute, so that is the latest that a team have been behind by 2 goals before avoiding defeat in a World Cup match. I'm not surprised by reading that stat out at all, Alvin.
I'm still trying to come to terms with it. I don't know about Senegal, but I'm trying to come to terms with it.
Oh, imagine if you were out there playing in that, Alvin, and you were on the end of that as a centre half. Oh, you'd be livid. I wouldn't want to come anywhere near you.
Yeah, when you're tired and irritated at the same time.
It's not a good combination. Lukaku trying to thread it through to the edge of the area. Good ball across the box by Luka Bacchio, but it didn't quite make its way through to Castagna. Mbaye brings it clear, but then decides not to make it all the way to halfway. Diatta loses out. Looked like he handled the ball on the deck, but the referee saw nothing wrong with it. Belgium win it back anyway.
All of a sudden they found some fight, haven't they, Belgium? Because they were second best in all the duels. That now, they're flying into tackles, they're rejuvenated, they look a different team.
5 minutes to half-time in extra time. Moreira, left-hand side for Belgium, darts in field, flicks it down the left-hand side of the box. Trossard tried to backheel it into the path of Lukaku, didn't quite come off for him. Senegal clear, 2-2.
You can see what he was trying to do there towards Trossard, and he's capable of that. He's got the awareness to see what's around him. the flick, if that would have come into Lukaku's path, it weren't far off actually happening. You would have fancied him to score. And what an assist that would have been.
2-2. Ball fed into the box. Tielemans made a run. Lukaku tries to get across the defender, but can't hook his foot round the defender and get the ball towards goal. And the goalkeeper, Diao, just dives gratefully on top of it.
He was an inch away from getting a touch on that, and anything he got on it would have took it past the goalkeeper, Diao. Just didn't get enough on it. I think he just missed the connection. But just skipped off the service. Another good ball in. He's the other side. Tielemans was in front of him. He misses it. Lukaku with his left foot, all he's trying to do is get the slightest touch on that. Just doesn't manage it.
I was taught very early on in my career as a commentator, my man you and I know well, don't assume what's going to happen in a football match. Every football match is a unique occasion. And I guess I shouldn't have ruled the Belgians out as soon as I did.
Yeah, I agree with that. I've been in it a long time, so I should know better. But I could not see that coming. I've been in football professional football since I was 16. So 50 years, it's a long time ago. And I've never seen a comeback of that consequence when you didn't see it coming. Sometimes you can see a sign that, you know, there's a player on the pitch who's capable of getting something with Lukaku. Didn't look like he'd had a touch up until then.
Trossard gives the ball away to Mbaye, but the Senegalese winger can't get to the edge of the area. Poor clearance though. It's back with Pape Sarr. And now here's the other Ndiaye. Bada Ndiaye. Out to the left-hand side it goes. And it was brought forward there by El Hadj Malik Diouf. Got it again, the West Ham left-back. Level with the edge of the area. Sarr tucks it in field. It's worked back to Niakate. And back to Pathé Ciss on halfway. Senegal getting a bit more possession now. They haven't really had possession for very long in extra time. And Mbaye tucks it back to halfway. And Pathé Ciss. How much belief does Senegal have that they can go on and win this game without needing penalty kicks? Because it was a hammer blow to go from 2-0 to 2-2 in the blink of a Belgian eye. Here's Diao, the goalkeeper, hitting a long ball down the centre of the field. Drifts out to the left-hand side. Jackson trying to get the flick on. Meunier headed it against Jackson, throw into the Belgians. Suddenly there's an urgency about Belgium we just did not see in normal time.
The Belgian fans must be looking at this team thinking, why on earth weren't you like this, you know, at the start of the game? You know, putting this effort in, having more aggression to your play. It's taken such a long while for them to get into the game.
Here comes Moreira, tipping the ball into the box, looking for Lukaku. Niakate heads clear, and Mbaye hooks it up to halfway for Senegal. Up it goes to the edge of the area. Trossard tries to get the shot away, blocks at the edge of the box. Comes out to Raskin, to the edge of the area, drives it across the face of goal, and nobody could get a touch. Trossard was sliding in near the 6-yard line, but couldn't connect. He's got a bit of cramp to deal with. That was danger for Senegal, but they survive and they have a goal kick. 2-2.
Any touch on that for Trossard, and it's a goal. It was fired across the 6-yard box, and he inches away again.
Meunier got close to that as well. Really was fist across the face of goal. Diao's goal kick. Last minute of normal time at the first period of extra time. On TalkSport 2. Don't ask me or Alvin Martin where this one's going to go next. 2-2.
Well, he's gone missing again, Lukaku. He was really lively, wasn't he? Got his goal. He's had a couple of moments since then, but now he's gone quiet. You know, he's gone missing again.
Well, here's the two Belgian centre-halves. Mekele and Tiate. And the referee blows for half-time in extra time. And the football's not over yet tonight. We've still got USA against Bosnia-Herzegovina to bring you at 1 a.m. on TalkSport. Mark Wilson and the former England under-21 midfielder Darren Ambrose will be your commentary team for that one. Then tomorrow night, Spain against Austria. 8 o'clock on TalkSport. Nigel Adderley and the former Chelsea fullback Scott Minto will talk you through that one. Second half of extra time underway in Seattle. Can somebody find a winner to prevent the drama and the heartache from 12 yards?
Can somebody tell me what else is going to happen in this game?
You got a crystal ball now, or one of them 8 balls? I've no idea. What was it they said in Stingray? Anything can happen in the next half hour. Dead right. Throw into Senegal in their left-hand side. Near Karte tries to get some distance on it. Meunier heads it up in the air. Strong header down by Barrett and Jai. Lukaku, great control, just over the halfway line. Steers it out to Luca Bacchio on the Belgian right. Cuts in field, Luca Bacchio. Trossard wants it. 30 yards from goal. Looked like he was in a good position to shoot. Instead he works it out to Meunier. Good touch from an awkward pass. Plays it 1-2 with Tielemans. Just lost the ball into the box, and the header is well wide from Raskin. He got up well, but couldn't divert the header on target. Goal kick Senegal 2-2.
Well, it's got to be said that Belgium are on top at the moment. You know, they're keeping the ball better, possession-wise. They've got a threat down that right-hand side. Lukaku is now their point man. They look like they can get the ball into him. And Trossard again is the one that's pulling all the strings for them.
Jackson flicks the ball on halfway. Doesn't come to anything for Senegal, but they've won it back on the halfway line. The referee blows for a foul against Barrett and Jai, just 18 years of age. And as you say, brave decision from the Senegalese manager Papa Thiaw to bring on 2 youngsters, really, because Mbaye on this near side of the right is also a baby in arms in relative terms. He's 18. Ball's on halfway with Pape Ciss. Finds Mbaye on this near side, just inside the Belgian half of the field. Ciss again, slides it into the path of Diatta. Mbaye's gone ahead of him on the right-hand side. Everything pretty much to his left. Mbaye receives it now. Tries to play a 1-2. Early cross into the box. Good ball in, well defended. Well defended by Brandon Mekele, but it goes out for a Senegal throw, 2-2.
Yeah, it was a nice ball, wasn't it? Certainly looking lively. I mean, all the wide players have really put a shift into that on both sides.
Pape Ciss finds Diatta again. This is on the Senegalese right. And Mbaye brings it in field slightly, knocks it back to Ciss again, the centre half. He's about 10 yards inside Belgian territory. Good reverse ball from Diatta, and Barrett and Jai is away. Pulls it back to the edge of the area. Oh, and Mbaye with his left foot steers it wide. Let the ball run across his body. Tried to steer it into the far corner, and it went the wrong side of the post. 2-2, goal kick to Belgium.
He's got to score. He's got to score there. They're right behind. It's on a plate. It's lovely. He couldn't get his feet sorted out. He could have took it to his right. He could have took it to his left. He decided to take it to his left, and he's missed the target from 8 yards.
Big chance goes a-begging for Senegal as Leandro Trossard makes way for another Villa player out there now. Amadou Onana is the final throw of the dice from Rudy Garcia and Belgium. What can he achieve for the Red Devils in these last few minutes? Amadou Onana, different player to Trossard, Alvin Martin, isn't he?
Yeah, he certainly is. Tall, rangy. Trossard, again, it's, you know, he's not getting any younger either. I think the pace of the game and the extra time. The player down at the moment as we're talking.
Yeah, Moreira had a bit of a clash of heads with Diatta. It's one of the free kicks. He's just making, he might be winded more than anything else, I think, Moreira. And Diatta, in fairness to him, is just checking on the condition of his opponent. Nothing malicious in the challenge. It was just 2 players going for a headed challenge. So 10 minutes of extra time to go. He's going to be all right, Moreira. He's sitting up. but it will be a free kick to Belgium. Just a head side to side between Diatta and Moreira. Not nice to see, but I think Moreira's going to be fine. They're just going through the usual concussion protocols to make sure that there's no delays in concussion. And Moreira's back on his feet. That's the applause you can hear around the Seattle Stadium. He'll be back out on the field in just a moment. 2-2 on TalkSport 2.
Well, the game's there, isn't it? The game's there for either side. You know, is one of them going to take the bull by the horns and go for it? Or are they both going to just play safe and set up for the penalties?
Back it goes to Tiati. Now Raskin tucks it out to the right hand side for Luca Bacchio. Raskin again. Onana's just to his left. But Raskin looks to feed Luca Bacchio down the right hand side. But Malik Diouf wins a throw quite cleverly off Luca Bacchio. Down the left hand side for Senegal. And he will have the throw for the line to Teranga. Long down the left hand side, but Meunier gets a header in field for Belgium. Tielemans brings it down near the area, went down, wanted a free kick, the referee not interested. Half volley clearance from Malik Diouf up to halfway. Jackson can't win the header. Strong header downfield from Malik Diouf, but hooked back into the Senegalese half by Meunier. All a bit scrappy at the moment. Now Senegal bring it down. Lovely open from Pape Sarr, and he's away down the left hand side for Senegal into the area. Tried to play it across for Jackson, but Mekela and Meunier between them. Oh, only get it half clear. Straight to Ismaila Sarr, works it back to Bada and Jai. And Jai with the try, good hit. Straight at Courtois, holds on to it well. 2-2.
Yeah, good play by Senegal. Again, what they have done, they've put them under pressure, Belgium, in their own penalty area, so they can't get out, and they're rushing, trying to clear balls and gifting the possession back to Senegal.
2-2. With 7.5 minutes of extra time remaining. Raskin for Belgium inside his own half. Plays a 1-2 with Onana. Gets it back again from Mekela. Slides it out to the right hand side for Thomas Meunier. Senegal got everybody back behind the ball. It's on the halfway line with Tiati. Tielemans just come to have a word with the bench down on the left hand side. Here's a diagonal ball looking to get Castagna away, but it's overhit by Raskin. Throw into Senegal in their right back position. Taken quickly by Diatta. Pressure from Moreira. Good clearance by Niakate. Somehow Jackson brought that out of the sky, and now he's sprinting down the right hand side for Senegal. Two to his left, wait for a ball into the box. Still Nicholas Jackson plays it across the near post, and Tiati puts it behind for a Senegal corner. 2-2.
Great individual skill there by Jackson, and he's brought that down out the air. Not the same level as Sarr's goal, but like brilliant. But then he drove again, didn't he? And he was really clever in what he did. He jinked and threw his way to his right. Looked like he got the shot away, but a good block in the end. Got a corner out of it.
And only now is El Hadji Malik Diouf of West Ham United going across to spot the ball down in the quadrant. Be a left-footed in-swinger from Malik Diouf. For Senegal, raises both arms high above his head. Drills it in now onto the 6-yard line, headed up in the air by Ismaila Sarr. Courtois can comfortably claim. Runs to the edge of his penalty area and bowls it out over arm for Moreira, who's in a bit of space. Gets near to the halfway line and tucks it in field for Yuri Tielemans, who scored the equaliser. He looks long for Luca Bacchio down the right hand side. It's overhit. One bounce and it's over the dead ball line into the hoardings. Goal kick Senegal. 2-2.
Some tired players out there now, Dan. Tired players. That one from Tielemans, he's hit it. He's always overhit it, but you can say no one's going to get onto that now. Have you got another 40-yard lung burst and running you? I don't think many of these players have.
Players like De Bruyne and Mane look on. With all of their international experience, they can no longer bring it to bear in this game out on the pitch. They are the same as us. They don't know what's going to happen next and they can't control it. Onana tucks it back into the Belgian half for Castagna. Now Tiate and Nekola exchange passes. 5 minutes to go. 2-2 it remains. Tiate for Belgium. Plays it out to the left wing and Moreira. Just in front of the Belgian dugout. Now he goes through the gears, puts an early ball into the box. Just debates Lukaku, who tried to swing his left foot around Niakate and get a shot in on goal. But Diao, the goalkeeper, holds on to it. Bowls it out over on to Diatta. 2-2.
Well, Lukaku's got himself a goal, but it came from nowhere, that goal, didn't it? And I'll be honest with you, he hasn't really had another look. I think he's been pretty ponderous, I think. You know, he hasn't played much football, has he? Credit to him, like, you know, for to come up to this level. But he's got the goal. They got him back in the game and they've been able to build on that and get themselves back to 2-2.
You're listening to TalkSport 2. Ian Danter and Alvin Martin with you. What game? Belgium 2, Senegal 2. We're not done yet. 3.5 minutes of added time remain in extra time. Amadou Onana of Aston Villa. Lovely ball down the left wing from Herrera. First time cross across the face of goal. Onana! Oh, he skied it! Skied it over the bar. It was Luca Bacchio at the far post who received it. And from 8 yards out, he's lifted it over the crossbar with the goal at his mercy. Stays 2-2. As TalkSport listeners join us, it's still 2-2 in Seattle as it was at 90 minutes. But we've just seen Luca Bacchio of Belgium with the goal at his mercy steer the ball over the crossbar from 8 yards out. Alvin Martin.
Well, you will not get a better chance, a more open chance than that. The thing was, his first touch was perfect. All he's got to do is slide it. He could have hit it along the floor, but he tries to put it to the top corner and misses the target high over the bar. Oh my word, what a miss at a crucial part of the game. But they are trying to claim a penalty. Belgium has gone across the face of the goal.
Yeah,
Tielemans went down.
They're claiming that Tielemans went down under a challenge of Lamine Camara, the two number 8s out there. But the ball had gone past them. They are checking for a possible penalty in the VAR hub. So our Honduran referee's got to check. And what's he doing? Is he going to the screen or is he still waiting for directions from the VAR hub? A reminder that Senegal were 2-0 up with 5 minutes of normal time remaining until Lukaku and Tielemans brought
surrounding the referee here, Dan.
Yeah, they're giving the referee a bit of pressure, players from both sides. Now, let's not forget what happened in the AFCON final with Senegal walking off the pitch when a penalty was awarded against them in that final. Now, do you think that's a penalty? You're seeing a number of replays here, Alvin Martin. What do you make of it? Is that a clear and obvious error not to give one?
No, I don't think it's a clear and obvious error. I think if the referee has seen that not as a pen, I can make a case for it and I can make a case against it. So I think it would have to be a real mistake for them to send him over to the screen.
He's going to the screen. He is going to the VAR screen.
Oh my
the
word.
Honduran referee, Said Martinez, at his first World Cup, has been told to go and check the replay. As the ball comes in from the left, Camara slides his right foot to try and get to the ball, connects with Tielemans' left leg.
He's going to give it, isn't he? He's going to give it.
This is going to get given. We're seeing replays of Camara swinging his right leg to try and get the ball, but he kicks the back of Tielemans' left leg before the ball's got to them.
That angle that we can see there, but from above, you can see it, the contact is made with his. It's very hard to see it from this angle. There's two angles being shown, one from above which looks like a pen, and one from the side that is not as clear. But there is contact where Tielemans' left ankle is clipped, no doubt about that.
He's having a very, very long look. The referee's chatting to the VAR hub. He's making absolutely sure about this, about the decision that he's going to give. He's still
wow,
looking.
what a moment. I mean, this game is incredible. It's going to have another twist, are we? There we go.
He's back on the pitch. We're about to hear his decision. Is this going to be a penalty?
Number 8 white will play the ball, and the number 8 in green kicks the foot of the attacker. For that reason, the final decision is penalty.
Penalty given. And just like in the AFCON final against Morocco, Senegal concede a penalty that could cost them the game. Lamine Camara penalised for the kick on the back of Yuri Tielemans' leg. And as we tick round into added time and extra time, Belgium can win it with a penalty kick. Alvin Martin.
Absolutely incredible. Look, I can see why it's been given. Dan, you can see why it's been given. I didn't think it would be, because I thought that they would have looked at it more and said it's not an obvious glaring mistake by the referee, but you know, there was contact there and you can see why it's been given, but oh no, this would be so hard on Senegal. But look, it's a cruel game, football sometimes. We're still going to stick in the back of there. What a pressure penalty this is, by the way. Oh.
Well, Senegalese are blessing the penalty spot, are they? What's Pathé doing there? He's just down on his knees with his head buried in the turf, right next to the penalty spot.
What's pushing and shoving going on? There's pushing and shoving going on, yeah.
Well, again, I take you back to the AFCON final in January, when it all went off. Pabatio, the manager of Senegal, instigated a walk-off against Morocco. They were off the field for nearly 30 minutes. They were stripped of the title in the end.
You know, they've just had a penalty given, and 2 minutes before that, we've actually had a great chance, didn't he? Open goal, went over the bar, and Rudy Garcia, should say, would have been looking at that going, now that's it, we're out. You know, surely that was our chance. We're just looking at replays that led up to the player going down.
Dear, oh dear,
that is embarrassing. That is embarrassing.
Pathé is play acting. He's still down on the deck by the penalty spot. This is deliberate housery from the centre half to delay the taking of the penalty and to try and get inside the head of Romelu Lukaku, who will eventually get the chance to win the game for Belgium.
Isn't it a shame, really, that, you know, a great game of football, end to end, full of controversy, great skill, endeavour, comebacks, probably one of the best goals I've seen this tournament. It's had everything, and now we've got a penalty in the dying embers of the game, a pressure penalty to say the least, to stop it going to penalties. And what a chance for Belgium after being 2-0 down with 5 minutes to play, a chance to go through.
And only now is Romelu Lukaku able to spot the ball down 12 yards out to take on. Oh no, it's Tielemans who's going to take it. He's taking the responsibility. Yuri Tielemans of Aston Villa to win the game for Belgium from the spot, right-footed into the top corner. Tielemans to the rescue for Belgium. It's penalty heartache for Senegal, And once again, in a World Cup match, just like in Rostov 8 years ago, when Belgium were 2-0 down and seemingly heading home, they find 3 goals to win it. But this time they needed the extra 30. And Yuri Tielemans, the calmest man inside the Seattle stadium, sent the keeper the wrong way. And unbelievably, at the end of extra time, it's Belgium 3, Senegal 2.